Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tell Me About You, where you come on the show and you tell me about yourself. Today, we have the lovely Miles. Now, me and Miles, me and him been chatting for a hot second, being like, hey, you gonna come on? Can you come on? Da, da, da. It don't even pay us no never mind, because guess what we are? We are here now. So, as I said, we have Miles. Miles, tell us about you.
Where do we start? Like, like, um, I guess I'm a content creator on the internet. I've been doing it for about almost 10 years now, if not literally, yeah, like it'll be like 10 years next month, I would say probably. And I've just had like this like really long and creative journey that like has kind of made me have like somewhat of a unique life, I guess I would say. Not too unique, I feel like, but I don't know. Let me see where I can start to like really put all this together. I guess I'll say I was born in Michigan, Pontiac to be specific. Well, that's where my hospital was. My first house was in Southfield. And for those of you that don't know, that's like right outside of Detroit. And I was born to my mom and father and two older sisters. And I guess I started like on a creative path like kind of early in my life because I always had like this like serious passion for writing and just like art in general. Uh Specifically, obviously I feel like similar to everybody, I loved rap music as a kid, but I also loved a lot of like rock music too. And I feel like that was like a really important part of like my development as a person. And all that started because when I was a little kid, like talking toddler, my uncle was living with us. And my uncle was my dad's like baby brother basically. So I think he's only like 20-ish, like I think he's like 20 years older than me. So like he was living with us because like he had like just got out of high school and like just kind of like needed a place to like, be at while he figured stuff out. And that was around the time I was born. And my mom, she was working very heavily and my father was too. So they kind of needed somebody to like watch me like during like those like toddler years and he was there. So it kind of like worked out perfectly. So like for the first like year or two of my life, he would just like be playing like Nirvana just like on blast like throughout the house like while like he was like taking care of me and just like playing all types of anime. Of course, like I'm like really young, so I don't know what's going on. But like I feel like it's important because there's no coincidence that like those things ended up being like my main like interests as I got older. And I guess and it's kind of funny because I ended up I actually just got a tattoo about this that relates to this exact story. Um, Nirvana is like one of my favorite bands ever, and they have an album called In Utero that has an angel uh on the front cover. And I recently literally the second skin is still on. I don't know if you're familiar with tattoos,
Yeah,
but
that,
it's
that,
like the
that way it's still fresh.
yeah, very still fresh. I literally got to take that. I got to treat it literally like right after this. Um, but basically, yeah. So I like that album is just like really important to me and like that band as a whole. It was kind of like my introduction to rap music as a whole. And so like I'm like the youngest in my family. One of the youngest at least. Like in my generation of kids, like uh there's probably like 20 something of us and I'm like the fourth youngest out of like that whole thing. So like my whole life has just been me like looking up to all the older kids in my family and like them just trying to like put me on to stuff. Some stuff I picked up, some stuff I didn't, but like the outside the biggest things I picked up were like certain musics and crafts, and I think I learned a lot from them just from being like observing what not to do sometimes,
Mm.
while also like observing things to do. So like so I really made a big point really early in my life to figure out exactly what I wanted to do, and I figured out really early in my life that what I wanted to do was to entertain and to tell stories. And because there's a point where I thought I wanted to be a musician, as like a kid, and I realized I only wanted to be a musician because I wanted to make music videos. Like that's the only reason why I just wanted to like write like the scripts from. It's like I have like I would just like fill up notebooks with like ideas for music videos from all the songs I was hearing, and that was like probably like the first my first introduction to writing for real because I was just like essentially making little short films just off of the music I was hearing, and from there like I got older and like started you know discovering my own things, and I feel like every like nerdy black guy is a Kanye stan. Unfortunately, I am also one of them. It sucks that like it really sucks that like now
Currently,
it's like unfortunately yeah no whoa hey not
He,
currently
I just
no
want to make sure. I just want to make sure. I just want to
he
make
said he
sure.
said medicated.
I want to be safe. I want to be safe. I want to be safe. I'm like, it's today. It's
Kanye.
no that's why it's so unfortunate to me 'cause it's like it's it's sad to see someone you know fall off the deep end as much as he did so so I will say though like early on in my life like I graduation was like one of my favorite albums like ever
Oh yes.
and like I used to
Kanye.
literally just yeah and like my two older sisters they noticed I would like every time like I would steal their they had like the iPod classics like you remember like those like old ones I would steal their iPods and like just like play graduation like on repeat and so one day they had an old DVD player I remember it was like black and green they had an old DVD player because they had the iPods on so they didn't need the DVD player like that you know they would still play their DVDs every now and then but like they didn't really need it for real so they gave me the DVD player and then they burned me graduation on a CD. So like that was like my first CD, like the only CD I owned. So I would literally just like slap it in there, fucking play it all day, every day, 24/7. Like I could get on a stage and perform graduation for everyone, like front to back if I needed to. Like and so that was like when I realized like that album made me realize like, oh, I like love art and I need to like find a way to figure out what it is exactly I want to do. And eventually I figured out that that thing was writing. I'm like a terrible storyteller when it comes to these huge, like my whole life. So like I'm kind of going in circles here, but bear
You
with
are
me, I
fine.
promise.
You are fine. Like just
Yeah.
what you've told, it's like first off the writing aspect of it. Like, was there any music video that you saw where you were like inspiration?
Ooh, that's a good question. Heart Shaped Box by Nirvana was just fucking crazy to me. I thought it was like it's so funny because I can remember all the music videos that scared me, but like the ones that scared me were kind of cool to me. Like that one like scared me but was kind of cool. You ever heard of Happy Tree Friends?
I have not.
I have.
Oh, you have.
So yeah, so Happy Tree Friends was a YouTube channel way back, like I don't want to say at the beginning of YouTube, but like really early. And like essentially the premise was like it looked like a kid's cartoon, basically, just like these like little like woodland animals like running around like causing mischief and like having fun. But then like about like a minute into the 10-minute episode, like somebody would get their fucking head chopped off and there's blood everywhere and there's gore and it's crazy and like all this insane stuff. And yeah, it's like people like play it as a prank for
I
like
do know
their
it. I
yeah,
do
you know what
know
I'm
it.
talking about.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's coming
But
back to
also
me. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, it's
yeah, but also got like a cult following for like especially like in like the emo scene, people will be like, "Oh, this is kind of cool. Like this shit is kind of fun." Like so it became like huge, but I remember Fall Out Boy had a Happy Tree Friends music video. I thought it was fucking sick, but it was also terrifying. Uh so I had mixed emotions with it. Oh, and I also grew up really religious, so like I would always
Mhm.
have like satanic panic, you know, about everything. Yeah, so that's my mom's fault. Yeah, I was so scared of Jay-Z. I thought he was in the Illuminati. Like,
Did she ever play the CDs back
No,
for you?
I think the video that scared me the most was the Michael Jackson Thriller video. Because when he turned around in
mhm.
the eyes, I was like, again,
Yeah.
turn the lights on.
Nah.
Here.
Oh yeah, no, but yeah, Prince and Michael Jackson had a bunch of really good music videos that I would watch and be like, oh my God, like this shit is crazy. And so yeah, like I just really realized like I need to create in some way. And I come from a huge long background of jazz musicians in my family. My whole family does jazz. for the jazz people out there listening to this, maybe do you like jazz?
I do like jazz.
Okay, so basically, my whole family, my grandparents, and he had like 7 siblings, the kids of sharecroppers. There were like 7 of them, and my great grandfather was like, "Yo, we're gonna make a band basically like Jackson 5, but jazz."
Mm.
And like it just took the whole family on tour, and it was called like the Hampton family. And so uh my uncle is trombonist Slide Hampton, one of the greatest like trombonists like ever. And then Dawn Hampton, she does vocals, and I think she plays piano too. She made really good music. And then my grandfather played the trumpet. um and then Lionel Hampton, can't confirm this. Every time I ask one of my family, they give me like a weird answer or like a different answer. But supposedly he's like a distant cousin of ours or something like that. At the very least, we played with him multiple times. But something going on there. And then I was named. I was gonna be named after my uncle Slide, whose real name is Loxley. So my name would have been Loxley Hampton the second. But my mom kind of had a come to Jesus moment. Was like, nah, I can't name my son Loxley. That's that's a wild name, and I'm glad she didn't. But so instead, she named me Miles after Miles Davis for jazz. And so like I just come from like, oh yeah, and everyone on my mom's, that's on my dad's side, and everybody on my mom's side just like does choir and like just whole lot of art and music runs to my family. And so basically like when it came to me, I like got older and like I had all these inspirations and knew I wanted to do something in art. And I was really thinking music at that point, or just like performing something that centered, because like that's what everyone in my family was doing. My whole family like is music, and like that's what most of my early inspirations were. And I was like, you know what? All right, I'll give this music thing a try. And I joined jazz like band at first, and like my both my older sisters had been in this jazz band class before, and my instructor, he knew my older sisters because he taught them, and he knew who my family was, he knew who my uncles were, and he knew all this stuff. So he's like, oh, you're gonna come in here and be a great jazz musician. Both my sisters did a semester and were like, fuck this, I'm out. and then went to choir. So when I came along, so something about me is I have terrible hand-eye coordination. I suck with doing anything with my hands. I can't paint. I can't like sew shit. I can't like make like I'm awful at it, and I actually don't fully enjoy it, to be honest. It's like the one, yeah, it's like the one medium like that, like I like just can't, like I can't.
It's okay.
Painting is fun, like yeah, like painting and drawing is fun, but I'm just awful at it. But like
it's okay. Look, join the club. I can't draw a circle properly. I think I drew like my first good circle like a couple years ago, and I don't think I've done it right since. I think I just do ovals now. I don't. Who knows? You talking to someone who can't draw to save their life. Like if you put a gun to me, it's like draw something. I'm like, hey, I'll be over here. Hey, who do you?
You couldn't even draw a stick figure because it got a circle head. You'd be screwed.
Oh yeah, it's an oval head. What are you talking about? Like I'm drawing Hey Arnold on accident. I'm cool. Like it's okay.
That's funny as shit. Yeah, man. So I sucked at trumpet. So that's what I was trying to learn how to. I was trying to learn how to play trumpet. I sucked at it. But I could sing. I was a good singer. And my choir teacher, because she taught both of my sisters, was like, "Hey, man, come fuck with Death Row. Like, leave him. Come over here."
The devil.
Now you almost had me spit out my good beverage.
No, she literally was catch me in the hallway every day. It was like, "Man, you still in band? Come over to choir." And I was like, "All right, you know what, Miss Teeny, you're right." So I left band, went to choir, and she's like one of the greatest teachers I've ever had in anything. She was so great, and like really just kind of, I think, gave me that early confidence to kind of like pursue what I wanted. Because like when I was in jazz class, so this is around the time like I started noticing like I had a sense of humor. You know what I'm saying? Like I started realizing like, oh, like I can like I like making people laugh a little bit. So I was of course a fucking terror in class. So like I yeah, like and my band teacher was really strict. So like if I was, fucking around, like he was not going for it. And like rightfully so. I'm not saying this as in like, yeah, he wouldn't let me like no, like I get why, but I
You
feel
was
like I
acting
really
a
just needed
fool.
someone.
You was
Yeah,
acting a
yeah.
fool. He was like, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, like I get it, but like my choir teacher, she wasn't encouraging of it, obviously, but like she was very supportive of just like me and understood me and like she was really nice. And but also like what it wasn't going for it. She wasn't just letting me wild out, if she needed to be strict, she was strict, but like yeah, basically that's all that's that. And so that's how like I started like I realized like okay, I like to perform in front of people. I like to like entertain overall because I like singing on stage a lot. So I just liked I liked feeling like I was a part of like a large like thing. Like we're all creating an art collectively, I guess. And I really enjoyed that whole process, and like rehearsing it and then like that moment before you hit the stage and like you could feel it in your stomach and coming out there and like executing. I like that a lot. I have a love-hate relationship with it actually,
I mean, do you
but
still
it's cool.
feel it today when you
So
do
that's the thing. So, so that's the thing. I'm trying to figure out how I can like perform stuff live again. Because now I just make stuff like in my room, like on TikTok and stuff. And it's that same feeling to a degree of like, I feel like I'm performing for people and like making people like happy and like and it's really great and I love that. But I do miss the feeling of like live performance and being in front of people and like giving them that joy in person. So like I got to figure out how exactly I want to do that because the obvious answer is like stand up. But I don't know how much I want to do stand up. I think I'd rather do like a sketch show, like a live sketch show, like improv comedy maybe. I've been trying to figure that out for a while. But yeah, I feel like I would like something like this. I feel like I would like a talk show. I think that would be really fun to do live. But I don't know. But basically, that's how like I got into like entertaining as a whole, I guess. But let me tell you about my fucking interest. Let me tell you about how I got into anime. Because this is the most boring fucking story, bro. I feel like I'm talking y'all's ear off. But
No, what are you talking about? Again, this is about you.
no
And
facts. I
and
just
as an anime fan, I'm always, saying like you see, look, there's more stuff around this room. It's just these just the ones that my desk is in front of. Like, I love a good anime, okay? Ooh,
so
after you tell, I want to know your favorite anime and why.
we're gonna get to that. In fact, it's part of the story. So when I was like 7, right? I had watched anime at that point and just didn't realize it. I
Mhm.
had seen Spirited Away, Akira. Um, Akira's my favorite anime movie. But that's that. I have a favorite show, and I'm gonna tell you that at the end of the story. But Akira's my favorite anime movie, and then I had seen. I don't know if you heard of like the Daft Punk album where they did like the whole anime like theme
Yeah.
to it. Yeah, that I had seen that a bunch and just didn't realize at the time like that it was the conceptual anime. Like I didn't know what that meant. So like, but as far as I'm concerned, I didn't know what anime was at like 7. And I remember I went to school once, and there was this group of kids who I thought were so cool, and I wanted to be their friend, right? And like, but I'd always see them running around the playground, like chasing each other back and forth and shit. Didn't really know what was going on, like what was happening. So I was like, all right, whatever. And I remember one day they like we had like this like assembly, and like this guy like from like the zoo came in, like brought a bunch of animals. I was like showing them. Whole separate story. That shit was crazy. Nigga bought a bobcat, and like
What school did you go to? Hold on. What's going on in
bro,
this?
room full of 7-year-olds. Niggas up bobcats. So like, oh yeah, this my this my fucking bobcat. Wild. Anyway, so but anyway, he brought out like a little like baby fox, right? And I remember I was sitting next to them, and they were like, "Ah, oh, that's a 9-tailed fox." Ha 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 ha. And I was like,
Come on,
"What are you talking
Naruto.
about?"
Come on, Naruto. Come on, gang.
I didn't know. I didn't know what they were talking about. I was like, what are you talking about? So then, like, I remember like a day or two later, I'm making it seem like I was just like watching from the outside. No, I was like friends with them, but I was definitely like, if it was like four people in the car, four seats in the car, and I was the fifth, I'm probably not gonna get in the car type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like kind of the friend, but not. But anyway, so like I was just kind of like down for whatever, guys. What's up? What's the Nine-Tailed Fox? And they're like, oh, it's this thing called Naruto. It's really sick. It's like it's about these ninjas and they fight. And I'm like, oh, it's like I don't remember what I compared it to. I don't think it was like Avatar, but like I compared it to some like I probably said something like, oh, it's like X-Men type shit. Like I probably said something like that. And they're like, nah, bro, it's different. Like they bleed. And I was like, what? I was like, you said this comes on Cartoon Network? And they're like, yeah, bro, it'd be bloody and shit. It's crazy. Like, you gotta watch. And like, I was like, all right.
Man, that's their selling point. They bleed.
They bleed, bro.
Oh man. Like it's nothing like you ever seen before.
Bro,
There's blood in it, bro. There's blood in this. It's like what?
Bro, they really scrapping, bro. Like they really. But and I was like, no, they're not. Like, shut up. And so then I went home. Bro, I went home and I watched an episode. I forget what's up. It was like an early episode. Like I watched an episode and I was like, oh shit, they really getting down. That's pretty cool. And then so here's the thing. There was like, you know, the episode you could just like pick on like, cause we had on demand shit was awesome. That's how I watched it mainly. But like it's like we had like those episodes, but then like the actual live, the ones that are happening, they're not synced up. So like episode 40 through 50 are playing live, but on demand it's like episode 20 something. Mm-hmm. So like I saw that and was like, all right, I think I was watching the Zabuza arc. That's what I was watching on the thing. Mm. And then so my mom though was really strict. Like I said earlier, my mom was very religious. And one of the reasons why I hadn't really heard about anime at that point was because she was kind of keeping me away from it. I remember when all the kids were talking about Pokemon. I asked my mom, like, hey, can I watch Pokemon? And she went to church one day and they told her that Pokemon meant pocket demons. You know what I'm talking about?
Listen, she clearly must have grew up Baptist because when I tell you the people at the church were like, it's the devil. I'm like, nigga, we as children. I'm trying to see these little niggas get caught. Like, what is you talking about? Animal abuse. Like, what are we saying? Like, come on now. It ain't not everything is the devil because you don't like it.
I swear to God. No, it's literally like because Pokemon like roughly translates to pocket monster or something like that,
yeah,
or like
pocket monster, something
pretty innocent. Yeah, right. But they like the pastor took that and was like monster mean demon and demon, Pokemon. Like he put the shit together. He thought he broke the code.
No.
And so my mom. I remember my mom came home and was like, "Yeah, bro, you're never watching Pokemon," and I was like, "All right." Like, so to this day, like I never got to play the games. I remember my cousin played Pokemon, but I just like, so I would steal his like Game Boy. I was stealing a lot of shit as a kid from my cousins and sisters, but you kind of had to,
as you should, as you should.
Yeah, like
still for my brother right now. I'll look him dead in the face. I'm gonna take this. Thank you.
Absolutely, yes. As the youngest, I gotta get it how I can, man.
I ain't mad at you.
My cousin, he had a Game Boy and I would play Pokemon. So I had a little bit of Pokemon in my childhood, but nowhere near as much like as I could have or should have. But anyway, so like that's to give you an idea. Oh, yeah, we couldn't watch Harry Potter either because wizards, devil.
Yes.
Yeah. So to give an idea of what was going on, how high stakes this moment was, my mom had to. Whenever I started a new show, my mom's only requirement was I just have to watch an episode with her. And she could give the green light or the red light. So I go to her, I'm like, hey, I want to watch. They're like, this new show. It's called Naruto. I'm completely underselling. I saw how they were getting down. I knew she probably wasn't gonna go for it. But I was like, I think it'll be I think I have a chance. Like it's worth a shot because this shit looks cool. Everybody at school keeps talking about it. I don't want to be left out. Like this shit seems so cool. And like, I so I tell my mom and she's like, all right, yeah, I watched an episode with you. Okay. And so we're in their her bedroom basically. And like she had this like one of those big TVs, like the big back on it. Mm-hmm. And like I remember she was sitting in her chair And I remember like 10 minutes before cause I'm like so excited. Like I know like, oh, it starts at 9 o'clock. Like we got to get like everything ready and all that. So I'm there like 10 minutes before. And then she's like, oh, wait, hold on. Hey, Kate's my sister. Kate, get in here. She comes in and she's like, I need you to do this, that to my hair. Cause like I got this tomorrow. And so I'm just watching. I'm like, okay. I see them bust out the blow dryer. And my mom's head was down, getting her hair blow dried the entire episode. She didn't see or hear a damn thing.
That was divine intervention.
Divine intervention. Because do you know which episode it was that just so happened to be playing on Toonami that night?
Which one?
The episode where Itachi stabs Kakashi 1,000 fucking times over a 72-hour period. All types of blood, all types of cursing, all types of... It was the darkest shit I had ever seen in my life.
Immediately.
And she just so happened to be like, I can't hear anything. Go ahead and get this hair done.
Literally. It was the luckiest shit that's ever happened in my entire life, and it changed my life because after that, bro, I became the biggest super fan, like, ever, bro. And, like... Because, like... I know, like, I started the story off where I was like, I was trying to like, get into it because, like, my friends were into it and, like, they seemed cool or whatever. And, like, but nah, like, that should have woken something to me because I thought it was, like, the story of Naruto means so much to me, bro. Like, my next tattoo is going to be literally Kakashi and Obito doing this. Like, that little hand symbol that they do. Yeah. Yeah. I was going to do that just because that whole Obito's whole storyline to me is a lot to me. Like,
can I ask a question?
I think it has a lot to...
Oh,
what's
Chris,
up?
Chris has a question. Go ahead, young blood.
Are you a fan of Sasuke or do you hate Sasuke?
Yeah, how you feeling about Sasuke?
He's my aura king. But listen.
Stand that.
I mean, okay.
Listen.
All right,
Listen.
now I ain't gonna hold you. Sasuke, he's a terrible spouse. The worst spouse I've ever seen in my life. He's not like that girl at all.
Nigga's a terrible husband, terrible father.
His man is Naruto, okay? We know that.
He is
That's his man for real.
You just married him and got that shit
I'm
over.
just like, I told you, when you look at Naruto and then you look at Sasuke and you be like, look at Naruto being an attentive dad. Look at that. And then you see Sasuke, I'm leaving for 3 months. Nigga, what? Like, where are we?
Nigga leave to go wander in the wilderness for 3 months.
Like, bro, you ain't did that shit when you was a kid. We saw the episodes.
Because he's sad.
We saw you running around.
I got a complicated relationship with Sasuke because I went so long hating Sasuke so much because I thought he didn't have a single real victory under his belt. And I used to have the whole argument down pat because he didn't for the longest time. He did not have a single real...
Go ahead. Look, we here now. We might as well talk about it.
in Naruto Part 1, you know what I'm saying? He has a couple like actual victories against random niggas. But like, yeah, we're not gonna talk about that. In Shippuden, he killed a deathbed Orochimaru. Nigga, that means nothing to me.
You ain't did shit. You ain't did shit.
You ain't did shit. That nigga was in bed. How you killing a nigga in bed? Like, no. That it means nothing to me. Then he went, faced Killer B, got his ass whooped for 30 minutes, died twice. He had to get
rap and everything.
Yo, you died
twice. The nigga was rapping in his face, bro.
You died twice.
It was 4-on-1, and he was still getting worked. Like, how the fuck?
What's he doing against Killer B? Murderous. The whole thing murderous.
Look, I ain't gonna hold you. Naruto was my shit back in the day. I'm just like, cut it on.
Swear to God. I love Naruto so much. And his fight against Danzo was bullshit, too, because he had Obito watching over it. And Danzo had to worry about Obito. He couldn't go full strength against Sasuke. And Itachi let him win, too. It's a lot. Like he doesn't.
All I'm hearing you say is that nigga Sasuke is kind of soft. That's what I'm hearing.
He is. But you know, when you can dress, you got to be a little soft. So I don't blame him.
because Naruto had the fits in the new one. I was like, hold on. When he was a Hokage, I was like, do you see this nigga's robe?
Okay. His robe was tough. That's just his daddy's robe. That's not even.
But that's the thing, though. You a product of your family. Okay.
I guess.
Now, meanwhile, Sasuke daughter over here just fatherless. So it's a full circle. Like it's crazy out here. Like, have you seen the episodes where she would ask questions and then Sakura's over here trying to explain some shit, and then like what Naruto did to her character? I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
I flip this.
No, there's Kishimoto can't write women at all, at all,
Can't
like,
write a
at all,
but those
and
fight
it's
scenes,
very heartbreaking.
those fight scenes was
He
lit
can
though.
do that.
The fight
He
scenes was
knows how to
lit.
do that. Mm-hmm.
Like when
Love
what's
that.
the dude with the who always had the weights on him? Who always had the weights on his leg? The teacher?
Broccoli,
No, his
Broccoli,
teacher.
and Guy,
Guy.
Now when
my
he
guy.
took them things off and got to work, I said, "Oh, cut the
Mhm.
TV up. I'm in the
That's
mix.
my goat.
I'm in it. I'm in it. Let's get it. Let's get it."
It's so my roommate, right? We made a deal. I told him I would watch One Piece if he would watch Naruto.
You haven't watched One Piece?
Mind you,
One Piece is so long.
hold on.
Okay.
Let me tell you, we made that deal, right? I am 817 episodes into One Piece.
Yes.
I'm on the Big Mom arc. Tell me why this nigga. When he started Naruto, I was like 300 episodes into One Piece. Tell me why this nigga is only 86 episodes into Naruto.
Wait a minute.
I would have to look.
Math ain't nothing.
I had to look him. I've been like, let me tell you something.
Like,
Over here on episode 1002, and you only on the first episode. What is you
Bro,
doing?
swear to God. I guilt trip
you know
about
what?
it every time I can.
He still got
Nah.
Shippuden to go. Did he at least
That's
get
what
the snake dude?
That's what I'm trying to tell him. I'm like, brother, you stuck on the prelude because here's the thing. He is genuinely having the time of his life watching. He's having a great time. But I'm like, brother, you are on the prelude right now. I promise there is so much left to watch. Like,
Listen, I need the tears. I need all the sadness. Cause like with One Piece, they're gonna give you some tears and some sadness. Cause
yeah.
I don't know. Did you get to Ace yet?
Yeah. Been saw Ace's whole thing.
Again, depression.
Tragedy. Yes.
I was
Depression.
When he cried, I cried with him. I had to cut the TV off for a little bit. I said, I can't handle this right now. My heart. Like that's some real nigga shit right there. Like
that's some real nigga shit.
You really got in the way to make sure your bro.
Yeah.
I said, cut it off.
After he did all that work to free him, he said, "Nah,
all that work.
I gotta save my brother."
Man, look, when I tell you that stuff had me in shambles. Do you understand me? My brother
I need them to kill Akainu so bad.
Look, my brother had called.
Dust.
My big bro called me and was like, "Kayla, did you see this episode?" I said, "No." He said, "Watch it." I said, "I knew you didn't like me. Like, cause why would you let me go through that?" Like, I thought we were family. I thought we was family. What happened here?
Funny shit.
Now I'm hurt.
that whole, I think my favorite part of One Piece is their whole family dynamic, and how, because also the fact I went like so many episodes without really thinking about Luffy's family because they did such a good job of making the Straw Hats feel like his family that like when the conversation about actual family came up, I was like, oh shit. Right, we never because I was just as surprised as the Straw Hats were when they're like, you have a brother? And I was like, wait, he has a brother? What the fuck? Wait, I didn't even consider this. Like, yeah. Like literally. So but like they executed it so well.
Did you get to the part when they talk about his dad and everything?
With Dragon?
Nigga. When I found that out, I said, hold up.
You said he has a
so man's over here strong with a purpose.
Yes.
Bless his heart. Bless his heart.
Yeah. I'm trying to I don't know who his mom is yet. And I know that's like starting to become a conversation. I'm behind. I'm on episode 800 something.
It's okay.
So, yeah. How far are you?
Look, I'll let my brother catch me up because I'll get to crying too quickly. Like there's so many things I can't watch now because I know I'm gonna bust into tears. Like I love Studio Ghibli movies. I absolutely do. But after I had them kids, I'd be like, I'll see what it was a baby. Like I'm extra.
I gotta hang this up. I got my headphones on so I can't.
My nigga.
Yeah.
If I was next to you, I would rob you. But I'm trying my best. Princess Mononoke.
Oh, that's the one I haven't seen.
Listen,
Okay, I'm back.
No, I'm a huge Studio Ghibli fan. Like my favorite one is Howl's Moving Castle. Like I love that movie. Like
It's good.
it's such a beautiful, like it's the fact that when she gets cursed, the only way the curse goes away is for her to actually have confidence. I said,
Hmm.
do
I
it.
think Holland's probably like definitely the most beautiful one of all out of all of them. Yeah,
And the
probably.
soundtracks. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, that's the best soundtrack too. Holland's probably my second favorite, honestly. When I'm thinking about it, I just love Princess
I love
Mononoke.
Spirit. I love
You got to
Princess
respect.
Mononoke. I love
Uh,
Spirited Away because that's how I got introduced to him.
hmm.
Like Spirited Away, I was like, oh my gosh, this is like gorgeous.
Yeah, I didn't
Like
know she could look like this.
I was like,
Like I
and
don't animation could do this.
because it's just
Like,
and knowing that it was the I think that was the first animated film to win an Oscar,
I
if I'm
think
not
so.
mistaken. It's
Yeah.
like I want all of it. Give me my house of that. I want it. But
Get my house.
I want it all.
Yeah.
But like when it comes to those like you watching those animes, like
Hmm.
yes, you love Naruto, but is there any anime outside of Naruto where you're like, wow, this is really inspiring. I absolutely love this.
Um, there's a couple. So
Mhm.
my favorite anime all time, I think is I think it's Hunter x Hunter.
Mm.
We love
Yeah,
you.
yeah. I think it's Hunter x Hunter. I've gone back and forth about it a lot, but I think it just came to me in a really important time
Mm.
because so I'm from Michigan, and my mom uh basically my family had like my parents had like just divorced,
Mm.
like, and there's a whole lot of I won't go too into there's just like a whole lot of family stuff happening at that time. Things were not great. I was feeling very alone,
Mm.
and basically shortly after all that happened, my mom's company that she worked for at the time was going to relocate down to Atlanta,
Mm.
and she told me like, yeah, we're moving, dude. Like this is your last. I found that out in like May. It was like the end of the school year, and he was like, yeah, like this is your last month like with your friends basically. So yeah, like we're out of here in like 3 months. So I moved down to Georgia in Atlanta, um, and I did not want to go at all, as you could imagine, at all. I did not fuck with Atlanta. I did not like the South as a whole. Um, and basically, I like moved. We came down, and we came down in like late July, early August. I think it was like August 6th, and like it was a month before school started, so I had about like 30 days where I was basically just like at home
Mm.
alone with like no one that I knew at all, like in the state. Like so I was just like it was very isolating, and it was just like I'd already like been through all that stuff, and so it was just bad. So like I was like I need oh yeah, so I had just finished Naruto at that time. I'm pretty sure something like that, and I was like, damn, I need something to like fill that void. And so like I just started like going on like forums and stuff and like reading up on stuff and like everyone was like, oh yeah, Naruto was like heavily inspired by this anime called Hunter x Hunter. Like they used to have this like the old version on Toonami like way back in the day, but like they
Mhm.
remade it in 2011 and like all this yada yada yada. And I was like, all right, let me let me just go let me try it out because like I just really wanted something that like had that same feeling as Naruto. And I watched. I literally, bro. I started Hunter x Hunter, bro, and I watched it every day, every hour for like the entire month. And I just finished it, and it was the greatest. It's like one of the greatest stories ever, ever told. Like that, I love Hunter x Hunter so much, and it came at the perfect time because that shit was literally all I fucking had for like a solid month until like I started school, and even when I started school, like it wasn't like it took me a second to like get adjusted, but like yeah, it was that shit came at the perfect time for me, and I ended up loving Atlanta to give the story a positive, happy ending. I actually
Mhm.
made some of my greatest friends here, and I fucking love Atlanta. Yeah, I live here now. I've had the opportunity to move multiple times, and I just haven't because I love it here. So yeah,
No, I'm happy
but
that
yeah,
you found something that helped you in that time. Because I know that's
hmm
something that, like, because you know what they used to say. they're like, oh, anime is just like cartoons and da 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 da. And it's like, no,
No, man.
it's so much more than that. It's so much more
Yeah.
than that. Like it genuinely helps people.
Yeah, no, Hunter x Hunter and like the story itself is like so beautiful and like it says a lot about friendship, but also like nuance in relationships and like people that like I find really like it inspired me a lot as a writer too because it really made me realize that not everything has to be so black and white in writing. Things can be very vague if you want them to be. And like let the audience like come to their own conclusion about things. I don't know if like 'cause some people believe in this like idea about Hunter x Hunter, some people don't, but like there's a big crowd that like kind of believes that like Gon isn't the most morally correct character. I'm in that camp. I think that sometimes he be tripping,
Yeah.
and I think a lot of it comes down to just like immaturity. Um, and like I think that that's the way they told that story and like how it connects with like the actual world of the story and like because like after he spoilers at the end when he crashes out and becomes adult Gon and stuff, how connected that is and true to his actual character and the story itself and like the themes of the story. I think that's beautiful, and it really inspired me as a writer and just like yeah, that and just like when he finally does meet his dad and like all of that. I don't know. I love stories of I love epics, man. I love that shit. So it really. Oh, and God, oh my God, and how could I talk about Hunter without talking about Merry One? Oh my God, the Ant arc is legitimately the Ant arc is like the Chimera Ant arc is my favorite arc in all of anime.
Really?
Period. Yes, without a doubt. Yeah, it is. It is absolutely incredible.
Because
Yeah. Do some people. I feel you either love that arc or you hate it, and everyone that hates it never finished it. I'll tell you right now. You hate
like,
it?
no, I'm in the camp of where it's like so I saw Hunter x Hunter when it was like first on Toonami, where
Hmm.
I was like, what is this? And then if you had DirecTV, they had a little anime channel, and that would just come on.
Yeah.
So we just be like, okay, let's go ahead and cut this on, and then we had Case Closed. That's personally my favorite. I love Case Closed.
Yeah.
Oh my
Case
God,
closed is cool.
I
I
love
never
it.
got into it, but I remember it would come on every now and then. I'd be like, oh, this sounds cool.
I say just
Yeah.
give it a shot. Give it a shot. I love a good. Well,
Okay.
if you like detective shows, just give it a shot. But
That.
But no, like me and my brothers would like watch all those animes. And when I was watching Hunter x Hunter, I was like, wait a minute, hold on. I would have them explain. I'm like, wait, what's this? What happened?
Mhm.
Because I'm a wee lass at this moment. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
little.
yeah, yeah.
I'm like, brethrens, what's happening? And they would start explaining stuff to me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
Like, oh, this shit getting
oh,
deep.
oh my God. Oh my God. What are we doing? How are we watching this?
You mean
Am
you
I
mean
supposed
you
to?
mean they killed his whole family and took their eyeballs? Is that what you saying that they? Cause
That's
bro,
what
what?
I'm saying. It's like, oh, we watching this. Okay, low key,
Hmm.
I'd rather watch Hunter x Hunter than Inuyasha, but that's just me though.
I never watched Inuyasha.
Listen, don't watch it. It's a very toxic relationship. I mean, like if you okay,
Oh,
let me not lie. Let me not lie. Because I loved Inuyasha
okay.
when I was growing up. I absolutely love that show. But
Yeah.
now that I'm older,
Yeah.
I've become a healed person. I look at that show,
Hmm.
I'm like, so
I'm
you
just as
telling
fuck.
me that he's in love, right? He in love with a dead woman.
Hmm.
And then the girl that he's
Mm.
trying to get with is this motherfucker's ancestor. Hold up. And I
Hold
know
on now.
that's how I was. I was like, now I know somebody lying over here. I know someone lying.
Mhm.
So it's like, again, now that I'm up, like, I can't rewatch it because if I rewatch it, I'm gonna be like, ew, I gotta point out everything. But for
Yeah,
what it was at that time in my life, I absolutely loved it.
that's how I went on Host Club because like that was my sister's favorite anime at a point. I used to watch it with them, and I'd be like, "Oh, this is fun," and I'm just happy to watch anime with them. But like now, like looking back on it, I'm like, that shit was fucking crazy. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
caught up on that one like maybe a couple years ago. And I was like,
Hmm.
it's one of them, I got to hold on. Now I know I ain't who
I know I ain't tripping.
I know I ain't tripping because this bitch, hold up. Like that's just how I'm feeling. Like, hold up, wait a minute. Like it's crazy
Yeah.
out here. But
It gets
I fully
it get wicked.
I
But yeah, man. That's like probably like one of my favorites ever. And then I mean you were asking me about like what's like the most inspiring ones for me.
Mhm.
That one, uh, and Gon's attitude throughout Hunter x Hunter was really inspiring to me. Um, Yu Yu Hakusho, that's like my like feel good show. That show warms my heart. Oh my god! And Yusuke is my favorite MC in any show. That nigga's awesome.
Yo, he was with
He
this
just
shit
don't give a
every
fuck.
chance.
With the shits. That's why I
Every chance.
loved him. He didn't. Bro, he beat that nigga ass. Looked up into the sky. Boom. Saw his biggest obby. Said, flipped him off. I was like, oh, this is
Listen,
my goat. This is my goat.
look, I love that I grew up watching anime because now I just be like, now if we look at this one here, like you see my brother's booth,
Mhm.
that's how we met.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
is how we met. That's what I'm like. That's
that's
I was
cool.
I was helping my brother out. I really wasn't doing no work. I was just like, y'all don't step over here.
I, the blanket I got over there just arrived.
Ooh,
Um,
made by art by Quentin.
this shit's awesome. It
Yeah,
literally just arrived. I'm so happy.
yeah. He cooks with all his art. Like him and his
Yeah.
business partner Brian, he be drawn too. And then there's another person named Marcelo. When I tell you again, like I said, I can't draw. I just look at it and be like, that's nice.
Yeah. That's me.
I
Same.
wish. I wish I could.
Yeah. No,
So
that Chainsaw Man is another one that like heavily inspired me. Because I think it's such a great. I think it subverts like what your expectations so well. Like you think it's going to be about like this just like this immature show about a guy who just like has terrible ambitions. A lot like some other shows that I won't trash here, but
it's
like you think it's
fine.
going to be like a really dumb plot. I like. I feel like a lot of anime. That's like my biggest problem with anime is I feel like some of like the. I hate horny characters so much.
Very
Like
understandable.
it is like my biggest. Yeah, I hate it so much. Like I would not watch. There's so many shows out there that people say is like amazing that like I just can't get into it. For that reason. But like Chainsaw Man, I thought was going to be that way. I read Chainsaw Man.
Mm,
It's like the yeah like and it's that's like the best manga I've ever read. Granted, I haven't read that many. I read a little bit of Naruto growing up, and then I read oh yeah, I read Akira. I have those books too. I read Hunter x Hunter currently. So I'm like looking at my bookshelf over there. It has like my mangas on there. So I'm like just like looking at them. I read a little bit of Berserk
I can't watch
and
that show. I can't watch that show.
understandable. Completely understandable.
Because
That
like
show it's fucking dark.
I saw two episodes and said, no, it was the origin story episode. I said,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna cut this
Yeah.
off. I said
Yeah.
my heart
No,
can't.
like I don't blame people like for not fucking with Berserk. Like I completely get it. Like I like it just because like I like dark stories and like redemption, but like that nah.
Did you see
Berserk.
the original?
I never watched the original. I watched the movies that came out recently. But
Okay,
like if I had
like
to choose one, I was like I'm about to read it and watch the movies. I was like I can't also watch the show. It's just too much.
listen,
But yeah.
the original. I seen the ending of it. I was like,
hmm Yeah.
I said,
Yeah.
I knew I didn't watch you for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
That's
hurt.
why. That's literally why I'm reading it right now because I'm like I need to see like this nigga get his get back because there's no fucking way.
It,
There is no way.
I ain't
Yeah.
gonna spoil nothing for you. I ain't gonna spoil nothing. But
Okay.
I'm just like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I've seen the way the show ends. I know the way the show ends. Like that's why I started like really reading it because I was like I need to see I need Griffith to die. I need him to die brutally.
And it's again, I ain't gonna spoil nothing. But
Okay. All right.
okay, that's all I can say. It's
All
okay.
right. Thank you. Well,
So like,
yeah.
is there any anime where you're like, I just besides the horny ones, because yeah, those they be a little bit too
hmm
much.
Yeah.
I'm a little kid at this moment. Okay, let me just have fun. But is there
hmm
any anime that you're like, you know what, guys, I can't watch it. I just can't.
My Hero Academia.
I just I don't know what to do with you. I don't know what to do with you. You can't watch My Hero? For
Shit's
what
trash on my
purpose?
own. This is the reason why. So basically, bro, it's so like it has its moments. 'Cause because I watched a good amount. I watched a good amount before I just tapped out.
Mm.
It just felt very inconsequential. Everything just always worked out. Except for that one time, uh Lemillion. But then even that ended up working out. And I just feel like it's kind of like I feel like it's like all the bad things about Naruto put into a show without like any of the good parts, without any of the good things. Is how
Oh,
I feel about My Hero. It just, and I don't want to use the word corny. I don't want to just call it corny, but it's because I don't want to just like minimize it to that. But like, yeah, I'm not saying it's awful or bad. I just remember tapping out, and I'm like, yeah, I can't get back into this because it's just like it could be so much more. I did not like My Hero.
it's okay. It's okay. You're still accepted over here. You're still accepted.
Okay. It started strong. It started off really strong. I liked it a lot. Like those like first like 2 seasons for real. It was great, and then it just kind of trailed off. I don't know. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
since you feel this way about My Hero, how do you feel about JJK?
Oh, I said this at DreamCon in a little interview, and Buddy thought I committed murder. Gege's a terrible writer. JJK is awesome, but Gege's like a bad writer, and he's always been a bad writer, and niggas are just now like. It took the end of the series for people to realize this. It was so obvious that like this show was not gonna like end logically or like make any sense for like the longest. Like there was a lot of decisions he was making early on that just like didn't really he has a problem. Gege has a problem where he introduces these very big concepts or like these characters
Hmm.
so late without much like lead up or giving the audience like reason to genuinely care. Because that was the problem with the Culling games. Because a lot of characters just kind of like showed up and like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine, that's cool, but like they became like too important too fast before I could like really care. And
Mm.
like that, and I also think that the audience is also to blame for this because the more that I'm thinking about it, a lot of the problems that I've had with JJK have more to do with the fan base and the actual show itself. Because when I accept the show for what it is, which is just a fun little action anime where like niggas are scrapping, it works amazing when I just think about it like that. And kind of just like having a fun time watching these like ridiculous, like this ridiculous power system just play. That's
Mhm.
fun. That's cool. I mean, like Gege literally described JJK to him as, yeah, I'm just clashing action figures together. And it's so when you hear him say that and then you look at the story, you're like, oh yeah, that's literally what there's no like. But anyway, that like I feel like JJK had a lot of potential and there's a lot of cool things about it that just kind of like he just forgot about a lot of concepts and just like set up a lot of stuff that he didn't really have much intention of paying off on. And
Mm.
in hindsight now, it feels like a lot of those situations were just created so that he could have two characters like fight each other or just like a moment to happen that he wanted to happen. And that's fine when I accept the show for what it is, but like people are acting like it's like this like deep show with like these philosophical dilemmas and like Gojo's like the deepest, most misunderstood character. He's really not. He's not that complicated. I'm sorry. He's just a dickhead, and that's okay. Like
I
he's just like
appreciate Gojo. I appreciate
yeah.
him.
I love Gojo. He's great, but I don't think he's like this like the loneliest and the strongest. Like I saw kind of what they were going for with that because like I'll say this that line where he's like, are you Gojo Satoru because you're the strongest, or are you the strongest because you're Gojo Satoru?" That's a great fucking line. I don't think they really like did much to like play off of that or like
Mm.
close his arc for real. Like I feel like they kind of like set it up and like kind of did it, but I feel like they kind of depend on the audience to do a lot more work than they should have to like come to these like character conclusions. Like Yuji as a character, feel like he feels very like incomplete arc wise. Like I feel like I don't know what he did all this for. Like I don't know. Like
No,
I
'cause
don't know. Maybe I'm just a stickler. I don't know.
I think that's why, like, when it comes to, because I know I've heard so much discourse about solo leveling. Like, at least in solo
Mhm.
leveling, that first, like, them first episodes and everything, when he was like really powering up and he said, I want to do this for my mom. And then he did it for his
Mhm.
mom. I said, oh, this is refreshing. I was like,
Yeah.
he actually did something and like he accomplished the goal. Huh.
Yeah, like he had a goal. Yuji doesn't have a fucking goal. The whole series, he doesn't know what he wants to do.
That is a very fair assessment.
That's why his arc feels so backwards. Because when you go back and watch like the first episode, he's talking about like, yeah, I need to die with a purpose. I need to die for my friends and like my grandpa for some reason, and like need to make friends and like he never like actually like says what he wants, and then like even he's kind of just there the entire series. He's kind of just fucking around. And then because I feel like Gege kind of realized that like he thinks the other characters are more interesting than Yuji.
But you
And then,
can't
I don't
start
know.
him off as the main character.
Exactly. I don't mind that. Like that's fun to do. That's like kind of cool to do. Where like you start a story off as like one character and it ends with someone else as the main character. That's like super cool to me. Like I always wonder what would happen with Dragon Ball Z if Gohan would have actually became like the main character like he was supposed to. Like that would be crazy. But I don't know.
Wait,
I talk a lot of shit about JJK. Huh?
how were you able to watch Dragon Ball Z?
Oh, because Dragon Ball Z was Dragon Ball Z. First of all, like it was just like you know. I feel like it's damn near not even like you ask a middle aged black mom. Dragon Ball Z is the equivalent to fucking Samurai Jack. Like it's like or Avatar. They're like this is cartoons. Like what?
Mhm.
So I would say I didn't really like lock in and watch Dragon Ball Z like from beginning to end until like late. I was like 14 or something like that when I actually sat down and watched Dragon Ball Z. And I was because I had talked so much shit about it for so long, and I still do. This is making me sound like the biggest hater because you asked me about like what shows I don't like, and now like I'm really going in.
Okay, it's okay. Wait, so why are you a
I
hater when it comes to DBZ?
All
Besides
right, I
filler
promise.
episodes,
Besides what?
besides them filler episodes, because it was excessive. It shouldn't
Mhm.
take me 17 episodes to see this planet Namek blow the fuck up. It shouldn't take me that
Yeah,
many episodes. But
but every shonen is guilty of that though, so I won't hold that over their head for real. But I'm like, all right, I've actually have had a little bit. I've evolved my opinion of Dragon Ball Z over the years because at first I used to hate it so much because when Naruto was out at the same time. And like, cause I remember like all my friends only watched Dragon Ball Z because they weren't like really in the anime for real. They would just watch Dragon Ball Z. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
mhm.
so like but I was trying to get them to start watching Naruto too, or just something else. Because I'm like, look, if you like Dragon Ball Z, you would actually really like these shows and these things too.
Mhm.
But they just don't, and that's because like I felt negatively about it because I feel like Dragon Ball Z as like an actual story and like a plot is very surface level. It's not that, and at times it's like not good. I don't know, but like at the same time though, that's the OG. Like they fucking paved the way for all of this. Like we wouldn't have any of this without Dragon Ball Z. And on top of that, like rest in peace Akira Toriyama. First of all, like
Rest easy.
that nigga's the fucking goat. Like he's amazing. And like when I sit down and like think about Dragon Ball Z, like I really realized I had to come to terms with the fact like okay, I was just hating because like of the context that the show was being like absorbed in. And and then like yeah, it may not have like the deepest plot or like deepest characters or like might feel one dimensional at times. It doesn't like that doesn't take away from the fact that like it was an uncharted territory, bro. Like it was creating something beautiful. And like there's a lot of things I could look back on in Dragon Ball Z where I'm like, no, that was fucking sick. Like first of all, the whole my like favorite is like the first arc. Dude, the whole Vegeta, Raditz, Goku saga, that whole thing is insane. It is
It is.
so good. Like it's I feel like it's like an arc that's been like copied throughout the years a lot by other anime and like every arc from Dragon Ball Z is just amazing. And then like the Tournament of Power has some of like the coolest like uh fight moments. Like bro, Goku fucking skate grinding on the fucking beam and what's her
Exactly.
name? That is one of the coolest moments I've ever seen in anime, like in the sentence. That shit was so cool. But yeah, so I guess I have complicated feelings about Dragon Ball Z, but it's like the OG. It's like Wilt Chamberlain. It's
Hmm.
like, could that nigga really hoop? No, maybe.
Yeah, and you know what?
Kinda.
In KCC, I think you're great. In KCC,
Yeah.
you can beat me. I'm gonna say that.
Hmm.
You can whoop all of my ass in basketball. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. It's-
But I gotta preface
like, I
it
don't
because
know.
I don't want to get caught up.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. I have complicated feelings about Dragon Ball Z but I also haven't watched Dragon Ball, so maybe that's why I feel like that. I
Oh
feel like that's
my
like a big thing that
days!
I'm missing.
You haven't watched Dragon Ball?
If you watch
It's
Dragon Ball,
so fun. It's a fun time.
Okay.
It's really
It's
fun.
it's a I
it's
watched a couple episodes and was like, oh, this is mad cute. But like
Exactly.
I never locked in.
I mean, you find out how Piccolo, but you know how all that shit happens, and when
Hmm.
you find out that, you'll be like, "Huh, interesting."
Yeah. I kind of just like read up on it. I was like, yeah, I kind of just
But no, it's
I
like
was,
there's
yeah.
so many like, oh, one anime that I absolutely love, and I have not heard many people talk about it, is this show called Fruits Basket.
Oh
It
yes.
makes you seen it?
Not like it was one of the anime my sister were watching that I would watch every now and then with them, but I never like watched it beginning to end, if
Did
that
you
makes sense.
cry? Like that, I cried on every single one of those episodes because I'm like, she's just a good person. Like, why is everyone treating her this way? She's such a good person.
Well, like 10-year-old me was a little dickhead. I had no sympathy for her. I was like,
Toru was just trying to be she was the nicest person ever.
because
And
I
when
was
she
like, why are you letting them treat you like this?
because she's the nicest person ever. It's in the sentence. She's the nicest person ever.
No, in hindsight, I was like, okay, like I get it now. But like, as a kid, I was not going for it. I was like, this is.
Okay, okay. So are there any anime recommendations where you're like, y'all gotta see this?
I showed my dad Vinland Saga, and now he's a huge anime fan.
Show
So
them
if there's
what?
anybody out there who Vinland Saga,
Mm,
you ever seen Vinland Saga?
I don't think so.
Fantastic, fan fucking tastic. Oh my god, it's about a young Viking boy living on his island. Some Vikings. He's not even a Viking. If I'm remembering correctly, he's just a little he's just a little Icelandic boy living on a farm with his father, kicking it. And some Vikings pull up. Tragedy strikes. He goes on an adventure. That's all I can say about the plot. And when I tell you, it has one of my favorite character dynamics, like two characters, their relationship in any anime. Period. Like insane. And then the second season feels like a completely different show, damn near. But it is one of the most like grounded, most like sincere, like vulnerable like stories I've ever like seen in anime. It's fucking beautiful. I love it so much. Yeah, and I'm trying to avoid reading it because I want to watch it as it comes out. Especially watching my dad because he I literally got him into anime because I showed him Vinland Saga and now he loves it. So yeah,
That's what's up. That's what's up. Like with you
yeah,
having all these, some controversial, I'll just say, a little bit, just a little bit of controversial opinions on certain anime. I'm pretty
yeah.
sure all that ties back into your ability to write. So like what what's your favorite what's your favorite type of thing to write? Like what's your favorite genre?
I was so scared I was gonna sound so annoying because I'm not saying all this about these anime takes to be like, oh, I know how to write and I'm a good writer, so like this is how you should have. Like I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying it as a fan. I promise. I'm not like I'm not saying it pretentiously because I'm really not. Like these people are writing stories under certain conditions that would be hell for any other writer. Any mangaka is like incredibly talented. The fact they have to write under those conditions is insane. So let me just start off with that. But your question was, how has anime influenced my writing? Is that what you said?
Like,
Or
what
like,
is your, like, with you having all these takes, what is your favorite, like, type of genre to write for?
oh, I like dramedies the most because it's like because I feel like it replicates real life the most because I feel like shit be funny but it don't be like I feel like everything like in life like I feel I've always dealt with like anything bad that happens in my life with laughter like it's just like kind of finding the funniness in it um and I feel like that's just kind of how like all my favorite shows like Succession is like a dramedy. Like I feel like that's like the literal like definition of a dramedy. Um, Barry is a little bit more on the comedy side, but that one's like a pretty big like dramedy. Uh, what else? Hmm. Oh, mob movies. Every like mob movie is a dramedy to a degree, and I love mob movies. So like, anyway, that's all to say. I really like dramedy because I feel like it reflects real life. Uh, and I feel like there's a lot of humor in real life. There's a lot of humor in just like our the way life is in general. Like, it's kind of like life is kind of a farce to a degree. I don't mean to like sound like super depressing or whatever,
No,
but
no, no.
I feel like we kind of like as people we kind of force ourselves into these unattainable ideologies or like unattainable I don't want to say goals, but just like ways things should be. And I feel like the universe or God or the world just kind of like constantly tries to tell us or remind us that like we have no control and that there's not that we can't force things to be how we want them to be or just like will things into existence and that you have to be more accepting of your reality or just like of what the world is. You could of course you got operate in that. I didn't mean to get so philosophical with this, but like of course you got operate like within like the reality of the world like gives you and like try to make something of it or like tune into what you want it to be. But at the end of the day, like we're just on a fucking floating rock. Like shit's gonna happen. And so it's like I feel like there's a little bit of comedy. It's a little bit funny that I feel like the indomitable human spirit just kind of like forces us to wake up every day and try. So like I feel like when like the whole thing about sisters rolling that rock up the hill. I feel like that's kind of like humanity with just everything of how we just view the world in our lives and like everything. And I think I never really thought about it like this before, but I think that's why I find tragedy kind of funny. But not tragedy, but like the drama of our lives, I guess. So, cause yeah, I don't know, something like that. I don't know. That's why I think I find it fun to write dramedy because when people are when I feel like it's like a piece of relatability when people struggle and it kind of like takes these characters that are like you always imagine like characters on TV are like these like archetypes or like these people who can't like who always know what to do, I guess. And sometimes it's nice to kind of like hold a mirror up to the audience and be like, yeah, man, they don't know what the fuck they're doing either. Like, so I kind of like The Sopranos too because like I feel like they constantly show you that like these characters are flawed, like these like larger than life characters are like super flawed and like don't know what they're doing. That's why I really like Succession too because it's like you got these billionaires and it's like really like reflective of our lives, like of what's happening in the real world with like these billionaires that should not be in the position they are, and they're all fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and are there purely because of circumstance and luck. Like, and watching them have so much arrogance and continue to like fall into these situations and bad things dealt purely by their hand. It's kind of funny to watch. So yeah, I guess that's why I like dramedies the most. I feel like and even like on a different like level, even when it's like serious shit, like with people who don't even like deserve it, like I feel like then it's just kind of relatable, and I feel like relatable can inherently be funny or at least comforting, I
Mm-hmm.
guess. So yeah, that's how I see it, I guess. Yeah.
Chris is snapping in
Yeah.
the background. Chris said,
Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad you stopped because for a second there, I felt like I was sounding insane. So I'm
no,
happy.
no,
I'm
no,
happy it translated.
no, 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 you don't sound insane. Like we we as humans are perfectly imperfect beings. And
Yeah.
with us being that, it's like there are a lot of things that are out of our control. And it's like once you release that idea of control, because the only thing I feel that someone can control is themselves. Once you release
Yeah.
that idea of control, that's when the to me, that is when like miracles happen. That is when
Yeah.
all these like amazing things start happening because you have to let go of that idea of control. Because if you
Hmm.
are constantly in a state of I need to control this, I need to control this, nothing is going to go right. You
Yeah.
gotta
Absolutely. I feel the exact same way. That's kind of like the whole like my whole ideology, I guess. It's just that, like I can't control everything, so I got to stop trying to control everything and accept things when they come. Because sometimes the bad thing is the good thing. I feel like moving to Atlanta is like the biggest example of that. I thought my life was over. Like that's such a kid thought, you know? Like, oh
Mhm.
no, I'm moving to a different state. Like that's it. Like, but it ended up being like one of the best things that ever happened to me. So it's yeah, just letting go of that wheel, even when you're going 100 miles an hour down the highway and you feel the wheel shaking and someone whispers to you, "Hey, let go of the wheel." It's like, no, like,
Like,
but
excuse me?
sometimes, like, yeah, like sometimes the car is fucking up because you're going too hard on the gas and your hands are shaking. Like maybe you just gotta let go. Maybe you gotta let this play out how it's gonna play out. And maybe it'll actually work out for you. And yeah, shit, shit's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people don't understand that sometimes when certain things don't happen, it's like secretly a blessing. Like there have been so many things that I was like, man, I want this to happen. I want this to happen. And they don't end up happening, but something way better ends up happening. And I'm like, oh,
Hmm.
I'm like, because I was so focused on this, I didn't see this huge blessing that was standing right in front of me. Let
Yeah.
me let go and let me just let myself be. Because even if,
Hmm.
like, especially with today's society, people don't let themselves just be. It's always, we got to get to the next thing. We got to do this. We got to do that.
Yeah.
No, sometimes you just got to just be. You got to sit down,
Hmm.
take a breath, realize where you at, add some thankfulness in there.
Hmm.
Because I'm pretty sure, like, even in your case, where you were a year ago is way different from where you are today. It's
Yeah.
like,
Holy shit. Yeah.
it's like us taking in those kind of moments of being like, oh my gosh, I've made it here. I thought that
Hmm.
everything over there was going to break me. Like
Hmm.
in your case, like with the move, with my parents getting divorced, I thought this was going to be the end for me. Come to
Hmm.
find out, me moving to this place has been one of the biggest blessings I have had.
Yeah. Without a doubt. And it and and because of that month where I like had nothing going on, so I was watching Hunter x Hunter, but I was doing something else too at the same time.
Mm,
One of the last things, one of the last like good hangouts I had with my friends in Michigan, not like one of the last, but it was like near the end of me living there, was my friend who I had known like for a long, long fucking time at that point, my friend Kenny Knox was starting off his Vine career at that time. Not starting off, but he was like, starting to pick up some momentum. And like he called me and because I had there was like a little like little park in my neighborhood and it had a basketball court. And he was like, "Yo, I know you have a court in your neighborhood. Do you care if I like if me and like some of our other friends like come down there tomorrow after school to like film a skit?" And I was like, "All right, bet." Me and Kenny went to different schools at that time. We went to middle school together, but like, we went to different high schools. And so like I wouldn't really see him as much as I used to. But like I knew like, oh yeah, Kenny's doing his thing. I guess he's nigga blowing up on the internet, I guess. That's pretty cool, like whatever. And I was kind of just like trying to figure out what I wanted in life and like what to do. And so he came over and like he was like, "Yeah, man, I got this idea. It's like, like remember NBA Street or whatever, like I I want to do like a Vine that like kind of parodies like how the alley oops used to be in that game. And, like you guys are gonna like lift me up as like I try to dunk the ball and like all this stuff. And I was like, all right, yeah, yeah. And at that time, I was starting to like really get into like filmmaking and starting to realize like, oh, maybe that's like what I like. But you know, these were all just things floating in my head, nothing to really like fuse them together yet. And so he comes over and we start shooting like just like on his phone, like a Vine, and it was one of the coolest experiences like I've ever been a part of. I wasn't even that super involved. I was kind of just there to watch and like help out a little bit when needed. And like I just kind of was like, this is so fucking cool. And I asked him about it. I was like, so like is this what you do for like every Vine? And he was like, well, this one's a little bit harder one to shoot. Like this one's like a night like a bigger one, but like yeah, it's like basically how it is like on all of them. I was like, holy shit, okay. And it's like I just kind of like held on to that thought and that memory, and like I fast forward, moved to Atlanta, and I'm there. I'm bored as shit, and my sister kind of like brings up to me like oh yeah, you know like you should like you're funny, like you should like make vines or something. And I was like, and it made me remember that whole time when I was hanging out with Kenny, and oh yeah, I forgot to mention he also told me in that conversation like, oh yeah, I think you should like do this a little. He knew I was like a big theater kid at the time, and he was like, yeah, like I feel like this could be cool for you, like you should try it. And I was like, all right, yeah, whatever. And then my sister told me too, and I was like, oh shit, okay. So like I started making. Then my cousin came in town, and I was like, look, bro, I have an idea. Me and this cousin were raised like brothers, basically. So like that's like, yeah. And I was like, look, bro, I have this idea. We're gonna you're here for a week. We're just gonna like shoot vines every day. Like let's just like we're gonna blow up. Bro, I got the whole thing like figured out. Like I wrote like 20 like little vines, and we started like filming them and posting them. And it was like I remember it was like the last day he was there, and we got like 100 followers, which was fucking crazy to me at the time. I was like, oh shit, like they fucking with us. Like our biggest video got 10,000 loops, bro. Like we up. And he was like, hey man, you you like this more than I do. I'm about to go back to Michigan. You just take the account, bro. Just take the account. And so, funny enough, our account name, so we were cousins, but it was on my mom's side, so we had different last names. And we always had like this inside joke of just like my dad's also a lawyer, so I think this also connects to the joke. But we would always like have this like lawyer bit that we would do where it's like Hampton and Swanson Associates, like, and so our account name was Hampton Swanson. And so when he left and he just gave me the account, I was like, okay, I'll take the Swanson out of the name and just have it be Hampton as like a placeholder until like I figure out like some type of name to have. And I just never ended up changing it. And so that's why on the internet I'm known as by my last name. Yeah, so that's how that happened. But then yeah, so that's just I just start posting vines like myself. And I purposefully didn't tell Kenny that I was making vines because I didn't want I think I was a little bit I don't know what it was, honestly.
Mm.
I don't know if it was ego or like if I just I didn't want him to help because I knew he'd be able to, and I knew that maybe he would want to. I didn't want to come to him because like once I started and started like figuring it out and like figuring out the process, and then like I would watch Kenny's stuff and I would start to admire his stuff like a lot more. Where I'd be like, oh shit, because now that I'm actually doing it, I'm like, oh shit, like I see like how hard this can be, or like how like you know you just like you get an appreciation for the craft or whatever. So like I started like kind of like looking up to his content and being like, damn, yeah, like he's good. I want to get like that, but I don't want to like come up and be like, yeah, man, I'm getting started. Any advice? And like that's why I said like I may have been a little bit ego, you know. But I was like, nah, fuck it. Like he's just gonna see me. He's just gonna see me one day, and he's gonna text me. And that's like what ended up happening. He texted me. He was like, "When the fuck did you start making vines?" I was like, "Been doing it for the past month, brother." And he's like, "Why didn't you tell me?" And I was like, "I don't know." And he like, but no, he was super excited for me, and like was like, "Yeah, no, like do your thing." And I think he kind of understood why I didn't tell him because like he didn't because you know, like revines were like the big thing back then,
Mhm.
and he didn't help me at first. He didn't like do anything like at first. He just kind of like let me do my thing for a while. Especially also because I'm not gonna lie, in hindsight, my early vines sucked. The vine like my videos back then, like those first couple sucked. But I think there's an important lesson in there. Like I think if anyone's trying to do something, like anything creative whatsoever, uh, don't try to make it perfect. Just do it.
Mm.
Because one like you're never gonna be perfect to this day. Like I'm sitting here trying to edit this. I'm trying to edit this video, and it's not. It is. I already know this video is not going to come out perfect, but I think it's more important that it gets out than it is me. This supposed to come out like 2 days ago, but I just keep fucking tweaking it and trying to like fix little things and like. But I know that I should just drop it now and then have like 3 more videos instead of waiting another like week and a half to release this. So that, but also everyone you love, everyone you think is cool, every like artist you think is cool, their early work sucked and they're just copying somebody else.
Mm.
Um, like every great creative we think of, Kanye was copying No ID. Tyler the Creator literally was a Pharrell clone. He still is to this day, kind of, and he was stealing Stevie Wonder's chords. Bad. Uh,
I
fucking
love Tyler. I love.
no, no,
I
no,
love.
no. I got a Tyler poster right there.
I
No, no, no.
love
I'm
some
saying
Tyler.
this. No,
You're
no.
saying it
I'm
out of
saying
love.
I am. Yeah. Oh my God. Sometimes I get in these rants. I did the same thing with anime earlier. I get in these rants and I sound like a hater. I am not hating. That is Tyler. I use them as examples because they are my goats. I think that they are some of the most creative, like asterisk next to Kanye, as we discussed earlier. But I think that Tyler the Creator is like one of like the biggest geniuses to come across hip hop and just music as a whole, like ever. And
1000%.
that's why it's so crazy that he started his career copying Pharrell, Eminem, uh, and Stevie Wonder. So like, it's if you feel like you're gonna start off something, just do it, and you're probably gonna end up sounding like somebody else. But eventually, you will find your own voice, and that's what happened with all your favorites, and that's what happened with me. I was fucking copying Dope Island skits, not literally copying, but I was copying his style
Mhm.
for my first couple of vines with like a little bit of Kenny inspiration sprinkled in, and like eventually I was able to find my own voice. But like that's just how that shit goes. So sorry, quick tangent to say that because I feel like people get so wrapped up in like trying to make shit is perfect, and I'm still struggling with that. So that's kind of just a reminder to myself. But yeah. Anyway,
No,
so we
I fully understand what you mean because even
yeah.
when it came to me making this podcast, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to have this, I need to have that. And I
Hmm.
don't remember what I heard, but something was like, it does not need to be perfect. Like, you're not perfect.
At
Like,
all. Yeah.
it just, you already know what you need to do. Just do it. Looking for
Literally.
perfection leads to stagnation. So, in no
Absolutely.
way, shape, or form am I going to be like, oh, I need to do this, that. No, I'm go ahead and I'm gonna do
Yeah.
this, and we gonna be here. And look,
Exactly. Look, we here chatting. This is great. Like I'm I'm just such a big believer in that, and I feel like you'll figure it out as you go. I learned how to edit through this, like just by trying to make that shit work. And every time I needed to learn a new editing skill, like I would just have to learn it on the fly. And now I'm a great editor. Outside of this, like I don't really show much of my like film stuff online, and that's my own thing that I need to work on and be more public with that, and just like, and I also just haven't had as much time to work on as much as I want to. But like I help people edit stuff all the time because I like editing is a skill I developed, and I had no idea what the fuck I was doing at first. And so yeah, just start it, figure out the rest later, make it good later, always, 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 always. And so yeah, then like I did that. Kenny was like, "Yo, keep going." Basically, told me that like he'll be here to like guide me, but like to really just do it myself, and I was able to. And then I got put in a group chat. This is when shit started getting crazy. I remember I hit like something like 40,000, something like that. Somewhere it was somewhere between like 20 and 40,000 followers on Vine. Super excited. And I remember I got added in a group chat with Kenny, Jay Zim, and James Trill. And we all like were just like small viners, and we were just kind of like just pitching ideas to each other and kind of just like, trying to figure this shit out basically. And that group chat kind of just like slowly grew to include like every black viner from like 2015 and 2016. Like there's a good chance if you like name of like they were probably in that chat at some point. Like it was insane. And it just like developed this like crazy, most amazing community. And like that's how I made like most of my friends on the internet. And like I love them boys. That was probably like the biggest thing for me. And it was like because I got first moved to Georgia, I was so lonely, but I made a bunch of friends on the internet, which you never really expect that to happen. Like you don't think like when you're like 10, you're like, oh, I'm gonna get older and make a bunch of friends on the internet. Like you don't think that's how it's gonna happen, but it is. And yeah, good times. So that's how that happened. And then like I remember my freshman year in college, like without getting too like deep into the technicalities and all that, I was like for certain reasons, I have reasons to believe I was about to like blow the fuck up on Vine the next following year. It was 2016. Oh, it was my freshman year of college. It was like 2016, and I was like, yo, all right, this year like things did this and that, but there's things happening that I know is about to mean that I'm about to like blow up. Long story short, like yeah. So I was super excited. I was filming shit. I was like getting ready, like all that stuff, and then literally, bro, I just get sent an article link from I remember it was medium.com. That's like they have like articles and shit. And every now and then when I see like an article pop up and it's from that site, I like get PTSD. But it was a Medium link that was like, yeah, Vine is being shut down by Twitter, January 2017. I remember I was just sitting in class, bro, and I saw that shit. And I was stuck. I was frozen. And like I remember like I just went home and then like went to my dorm. And I remember like that's like the news started to spread a little bit. People were like coming up to me like, yo, because I was known as like the Viner or whatever. Like, and so people coming up to me like, yo, like, fuck are you gonna do? And I was like, bro, I don't fucking know. It was kind of like at that point it wasn't like my like job yet, but it was like my source of like inspiration and like creative freedom. And like I really, really at a time when I really needed it too, kind of like helped me like kind of feel so comfortable in myself because like I was able to talk about all the weird shit that I was into and like make these weird ass jokes and like uh show a side of myself that wasn't really like accepted among like the people that were around me. Cause like even though like I moved to Atlanta and like it eventually became like a great place where like I made friends, like I never was like I've never been everyone's like cup of tea in my life, like honestly. I feel like nowadays like people like kind of like me a little bit more. Like I would always have like the same like every time I would like meet people, and I've had friends that have literally said this about me. But like, and I don't really take it as a negative. I'm not saying you have to like me when you first meet, but like every single person I know has been like, yeah, dude, when I first met you, I did not like you. You were like very annoying. And I was like, oh, like, and I don't mind it because like you don't have to like me, but that was always a problem that I had where like my either like my I have too much energy or just like my sense of humor or like um I don't know. Yeah. So like that's just something I always get. But like on like
Well, just
Vine
side
and like
note.
the internet.
Look,
Yeah.
side note, when I first met you, I thought you were a very lovely individual. I
Oh,
was
well,
like,
thank
I'm
you.
like, I'm like, this man is lovely. Like, what do we do? Look at this hair. You see this? Like,
This
you
man is
see the
that's an
hair?
amazing compliment. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're a
That's so
lovely
nice.
person.
Thanks. I yeah. Thank you. That means a lot. I yeah, there was a time where a lot of people didn't. So that's nice to hear. Um and
Also,
I guess like
look, I apologize for interrupting again. Also, when I had saw you, the funniest part, I was like, he looks familiar. I was like, why do I was like, he looks really familiar, but I was there day two already. We're on day two, day three, I forget
mm,
which one.
mhm.
And I was like, he probably didn't came by the booth and everything. And then it was funny because after you had left us, you already know I'm gonna ask about some good hair, and that's what you have. So I was like, I was over here when I was having a conversation with you. My brother, after you left, he's like, Kayla, that's Olive Garden. I said, what? I was like, what you mean? He was like, Kayla, you remember? I was like, he did. He's like, he did the Olive Garden skit, the one that we always laugh about. I said, are you sure he wasn't just from day two? Because we've been here a minute. Now, mind you, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. So
Yeah.
when I asked you for your Instagram, I was like, yeah, just go ahead, let me get your Instagram real quick, da da da. And when I looked at it, because I looked at it after you left, I was like, hold on.
Hold on.
Now, wait a minute.
This
Hold on.
that nigga from the Olive Garden.
Look, I'm over here for this sound like an old man. Now, this that one fella you was told, hold on now. That's who that was.
Hold on. Hey,
Wait a
brother.
minute.
Hold
Hold
on.
on a minute. Look, I'm over here to elder brother, come henceforth. What is this? What is who? This is who? I was like, oh, this the he had me laughing. He was like, Kayla, yes. I said, well, he knows I love his hair, so that's all that counts. He's
That's
probably gonna think
awesome.
I'm a little strange because I'm like, can I touch your hair, sir? Because my God, on today, it looked
No,
good.
you were so nice. You were so nice, bro. Like, yeah, that was an amazing little combo. I like, yeah, that was so cool. I don't know. Like that was we had a great little like initial interaction now because I was all over the place. I was running around. That was my first day out there because I missed the first day, which is why
Mm,
you probably didn't see me at all the till the second day. And so like I was just running around trying to get a cover, and my roommate wasn't picking up the phone because I wanted to buy him a JJK one, but he wasn't picking up the phone. So I was sitting in front of the lines freaking out, and I was like and then you just called me over and we just like had a lovely conversation, and I was able to calm down a little bit. So thank you for for uh for saying what's up, and I'm
look,
glad we
no
got to do this
problem.
too.
Yo, and the
Yeah.
funniest part, I saw the woman ask you for a picture, but it didn't register to me because I was so focused on your hair. I was like, I was like, do you see this? Do y'all see the goddamn? Hold on. I know I'm not tripping. This hair is immaculate.
Dude, now I'm
Oh, I
nervous
was
because I was thinking about cutting it and bleaching it again because I used to have that as a style too. But I've been getting so many compliments on it lately. I'm like, oh, I can't do this. This is part of my brand now. I'm the
do
hair
you
guy
see?
now.
Do you not see the lusciousness? Okay, I get it. It's a lot of work. When my hair was in the fro, that's why I went and got it twisted.
Dude.
Okay. But
Yeah.
I'm just like, this man's hair is everything right now. But no, I'm happy
Thank you.
I was able to help calm you down a little bit. I ain't look again, I didn't know what you was going through. I'm just like, I need to understand what
Very,
happened.
very first world problems. But yeah, I was having a fucking panic attack. I was freaking out. But yeah, no, thank you. Definitely happy we got to lock in. I but what was I? Oh yeah. I was saying I found such a great community on the internet where I could like really be myself. And I'm so glad that I was able to find that. So like when Vine got shut down, it was like really scary. Because I felt like not only was I losing like, the app and like, my platform, but I really felt like I was losing community, which is really
Mhm.
sad. But luckily, the cool thing is, communities don't die. So all of us, even though the app was going down, we all stayed friends. And we all kind of like just went to the next thing, which was YouTube for some of us, Instagram for some of us, streaming for some of us. Like everybody's kind of doing their own thing now. I kind of love it for everyone. It's really, I feel like in a way we kind of needed Vine to shut down because all of us knew that like Vine wasn't going to last forever because it was already like a dying app at the time, which is
Mhm.
awesome. But that worked to our advantage because like we were past the era of like um your King Batches and like Lele Pons kind of running the app and like Madcons that we kind of had like a moment like when people say Viner like that's what they think of. But like, we
Mhm.
were kind of having like a moment of like counterculture, where like I feel like people that were like coming up wanted to make like the opposite of what they were making. So you
Mhm.
kind of had like this new era that was a little bit more like alternative, like nerdy a little bit, or just kind of like a little bit more crude, I guess. I don't know. Like and just different, or even like I feel like it was what it was.
Mhm.
It was when the millennials left the app and it was just Gen Z people on the app or like Zillennials on the app. So it was kind of like the comedic style kind of shifted. I just now put that together. I promise that's so crazy.
Not wrong.
Wait, so okay, y'all gotta explain this to me. So millennials leaving the app did what?
That's what happened. Wait. He could say it.
What happened?
So like, I feel like most of them moved on to like going into bigger projects, movies, and things like that. And a lot of them that we
Hmm.
follow were the millennials. So you got to see all the dark art, all the dark humor and everything that was so big.
Mm-hmm.
And when they left, that's what he said. There was Gen Z that came in, and their comedy is way different. It is way different. It's funny.
Yeah,
It's not the same millennial.
yeah, but way different. Yeah, and I think like for example like the comedic style of like a King Batch or like a Jerry Perp Drank is a whole lot different than like a Caleb City or like a Dope Island because they're technically two different like generations of like
Mm.
not only like content creator but like literal people. Like those are like millennials, these are like zillennials or like Gen Zers. So it's like, and I just now put together that that's why there's such a great shift in like 2014, 2015 on Vine. Just put that together just now. But because I've thought about that for years because I was like we were like everything was different and everything became like the opposite. Like Vine had a huge shift around that time, and like that's where like my whole generation came from. But anyway, yeah. So like that whole group went on to do other things, and it was cool. And I was like unsure really where I was gonna go. I kind of wanted to do everything. Instagram was like an obvious choice, but like YouTube is like the like I feel it's like the major leagues of content creation. You know, like I feel it's like
Mm.
the like yeah, because like it's hard to blow up on YouTube. YouTube videos take more effort. You know, there's when something really blows up, there's a viral video somewhere. It's viral on YouTube too. Like the community is a whole lot bigger. It's the biggest one out of everything probably. There's a whole lot more money involved. A whole lot more stakes involved too. Because if you say the wrong thing on YouTube, like it's a bigger deal. All of that. So I just always call YouTube like the major leagues of content creation. So like yeah, so I tried my hand at YouTube. I went to YouTube for a little bit. I did Instagram first. Um, and I was so sad when Vine died. My last video was me fucking crying, being like, being like, "Oh, follow me on Instagram, guys." This is like, and I was all sad, but now, like, I regret it in hindsight. I'm like, damn, that was so, like, it was real. It was my real emotion. It's really how I felt. But I'm
Yeah,
like,
you
ah,
shouldn't
man,
regret
there's a,
it. That was a
yeah,
vulnerable moment.
it's a very vulnerable moment. But now, like, there's a Vine archive on the internet, and that's my last Vine. It's me, like,
Oh, trust me, you ain't the only one.
It's
It's okay.
okay. The way
yeah,
the way that you should look at it, this is my personal opinion. Where you were at that time was where you were at that time. If somebody tries to go
mm,
back and be like, look at him over here laughing, it's like, bro, do you not understand what this meant to this person?
yeah,
So you can tell them
that is
shut
very
their
true.
asses up.
I was sick. I was, oh my God, I was distraught.
You don't want
But
to leave Britney alone. Like that's how that nigga got famous.
Yeah,
Was crying under a
yeah, the
covers.
leave Brittany alone fellow over here, rich now, because he
rich
over
as
here
hell.
telling people to
Trump.
leave Brittany to fuck alone. Okay, like I mean, people,
Yeah, that's true.
I ain't gonna speak on Brittany. I don't know that baby like that, but I don't know that baby like that. Okay, but
Mm,
no, that was a vulnerable moment for you, a solid moment for
yeah,
you, real moment. So don't feel ashamed about that. So what if people see it?
yeah. No, you're right. Go find it, everybody. Get it? Nah. But basically, I went to Instagram. Uh, had a good time there. It was fun. You know, got started. It's like I'm still on Instagram to this day. And we've grown a lot. It's a great time. And then I got on YouTube though, and I like blew up on there because I made a series about rappers in classrooms. Super crazy. Blew up like I had never I didn't have a single video that had more than like 10,000 views on YouTube,
That is
and
it.
that one blew my channel up to like that and like that first one got like 8 million views at least or something like that. I think I might have more now. And like views are heavy. Those views are heavy. Those views mean something. So like 8 million. I'm not saying okay, that sounded bad, but like you know what I'm saying. Like it's really hard to get a view on YouTube versus like a view on TikTok. Like And so like I like that shit blew my channel up. Like I got up to like 200,000 subscribers like over the course of like 2 weeks. So it was crazy. And like I made 3 of those. And I'll never forget, I was really salty about the situation for a very long time. And you'll understand that I was very salty by how this story goes. But I've grown from it and I've matured a little bit from it. So I will not be naming names because I'm not petty anymore. But I think the story is important for who I am
Mhm.
and my lore and personal growth. So I will tell it. Basically, I made those videos, right? They blow up, they go viral. Amazing. Um, Important detail to this story is I will admit that I didn't necessarily want to make rappers in classrooms videos my entire YouTube career. I didn't want to be known as that guy who made that. And plus, I didn't really want to I like making videos about music or specifically rappers every now and then, but I don't want to be like, I don't want that to be my thing. Um, so I was already kind of like, by the third one, I was already kind of feeling a little bit weird about it, but I was like, all right, but we'll still like, we'll dabble. But anyway, a YouTuber that I look up to at the time, looked up to, who I thought was like really cool, called me, literally got my number from a friend, called me and was like, yo, I got to chop it up with you. He called me just specifically to tell me, yo, your like Rappers in Classroom series is fucking awesome. Like it's so good. The way you do all the characters, like the writing, like everything about it is amazing. Keep doing your thing. Like you're great. Like you have great YouTube career ahead of you. Like do your thing. And I was so happy. I was so happy. I remember like I was in the calf like at Michigan State, just like over the moon about it. And then literally a week later, he comes out with the exact same video. The exact same video. Uh, but he tweaked it slightly, and I'm sick because basically my video is about like rappers in classrooms. So I would use like 8 different rappers and like what if they're all in class, how they all interact and like joke or whatever. They did it, but I could only make 3 before like I ran out of rappers basically. They did it to where it was like, what if this rapper was in your classroom? So they would do 1 rapper at a time so that they can, instead of like doing 3 videos where it's like 8 rappers per video, they could do 1 video so they can make like 50 of them versus I can only make like 3 or 4. So I always think about it 'cause I was like, damn, not only did they copy me, but they low key did the idea better, like more efficient. But that's what I can laugh about now. But I was sick at the time. I was like, damn, it's like the exact same concept. And why did he call me to tell me how great it was? Did he call me and tell that just so he could steal it? Like he didn't even he would have just ran it by me like, hey, I'm gonna do something similar. Like I would like we could have talked about it, but like he literally just called me, told me it was amazing, like said all this stuff, and then just copied me afterwards. Like it was weird. And I was pissed. That's like the most angry I've ever been about something content related. Cause like I called him and was like, dude, why did you do that? And like we just like I was very upset and like we argued on the phone a little bit and then that was it. And then like I he essentially told me to fuck off. He was like, but I don't know what to tell you. Like, man, people copy sometimes, like shit happens. I was like, all right. Like, because what am I gonna do? What can I do? It's and that was actually one of the first like big lessons I learned on the internet is that people steal, like, and that's just how it is. And you can't like you can't crash out about it because that's just the nature of the beast of the internet. Because I did crash out about it. Basically, I made like I kept on doing YouTube, made a couple more videos, and like this was something that was gonna happen anyway, but it just stung a little bit more given the situation. But not every video is gonna hit 8 million views. Not every video is gonna do amazing. Um, Especially when you get like a new audience that all of a sudden comes in randomly. And it's also crazy to this day. This is still the situation. All those people, all like those new subscribers and stuff, didn't know who I was before this. Like they didn't come from Vine or Instagram or anything. These are all just new people who have no idea who I am. So like my YouTube audience was completely different. So I keep burping. Was completely different from my like Instagram and Vine audience and all that. So like they don't know like the content that I usually make, and they don't know that like that Rappers in Classroom thing was just kind of like a one-off. So like then I would start trying to like make my usual content and stuff, like stuff that had to do with anime and stuff like that, like like my real like passions, like movies and anime and all that. And like they just didn't care about it, brother. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Where the where the rappers at? And I'm like, man, go to that guy's channel. Maybe you'll find him because he's still copying my shit, still making videos about it, still getting millions of views. So I just got like very upset internally and very like resentful of the entire situation. Where like I felt like they kind of stole something from me, and then I didn't. And then on top of that, like I couldn't even like make other stuff because everyone still just wanted that from me. But that in itself means that it wasn't stolen from me if people still wanted me to make it. So that's kind of another lesson I learned in the background. I mean, uh, off that, but like, yeah. So I just got very upset about it, more upset than I should have been, and it was very immature of me. But I basically quit YouTube off of that because I was just so
Like,
upset.
like that's not necessarily that's not immature. Like someone you looked up to sat there and called you and then did the
Mhm.
exact same idea with less people. Like that's not like the way you reacted was not immature. Like given the circumstances, like you
Yeah,
responded in an accurate way. Like you even called him and was like, "Hey, what is this?" Like
yeah.
even being able to make that call, that's already like a step above so many other people in maturity. Because there are so
Well,
many other
thank you.
people who would have sat up here and been like, I'm finna make a video and blast this hoe. Da da da. He did all of this. Da 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 da. Because it's
Mm,
like I want to make sure you give yourself the proper credit where it's due. Because so many people would have not done it the way that you did. And considering all the stuff that you were doing at the time and going through, what you did was extremely mature.
well, thank you. I
So don't ever let no hoe sit up here and tell you that you're not doing the stuff that you need to do. And you making me sound older than I am because of my healing. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. It's like this
no,
don't I never want people to feel like their feelings are invalid when they were done wrong. I tell my kids this. Look, I'm a whole single mama of the four little kids. I got four kids.
mhm.
What I tell them
Wow.
is if I know people can't tell, I don't know why. But anywho,
No, no, I'm saying I'm saying wow because you're incredible for that. Like that's wow. That's amazing.
they some solid kids. I absolutely adore my chickens. They are some funny
Yeah.
kids.
Oh, call them chickens is cute.
Oh, they know their names. I'm like, come here, mamas with the chickens. Come to me. Like
Yeah.
it is such a
Don't
good
say
time.
it too much, they will show up at the
But
house.
my kids probably show up if I say it 3 times. But but like I don't want again, your feelings are extremely valid. And if
Mhm.
somebody sits up here and tries to be like, oh, you did this, you shouldn't react like that. You can't slap somebody then tell them how to react.
Right.
You can't.
Yeah.
So the way you respond,
Yeah.
hey, again, you did better than
You're
most.
right.
You did better than me. I
I definitely could have reacted much worse. I could have made it a much different situation. I guess the only thing I regret is I didn't have to quit YouTube off of that. I thought that's kind of like letting them win, and I didn't need to do that. And I'm happy things ended up working out in my life as a whole beyond that. But like I think that was something I definitely have to learn from and grow from. That I can't let outsiders uh, impact the way I feel about myself or what I got going on, no matter the context. So that's the only regret that I have from it, really.
but but
Okay, that
then
was a
again,
learning moment.
yeah, you're back on YouTube anyway, right?
Working on that. So that's where the story is about to go. So basically, I stepped away from YouTube for a while, and fast forward to today, I like just started looking back at my YouTube because now like we've blown up on like every other platform. So now I'm like, okay, oop, sorry, I just slightly hurt myself rolling up this sleeve with this new tattoo. Okay, sorry. Basically, like I've like really, things have been going great. So like I've been blowing up like on TikTok and Instagram, and it's been great. But now I'm like, I need that redemption arc. I need to I want to go back to YouTube and I want to like do that again. And I want to like I really want to. I just gotta figure out the best way to do it. Cause like I'm thinking about starting a whole new channel. Um, give myself a completely like fresh start because I don't think I want to post content on that channel. I don't think I want to. So
Why?
I want to because it's a it feels like a graveyard. Like it just doesn't feel new. It feels old. There's a whole lot of old content on there. I don't want to get too technical with like the algorithm and shit, but like a channel that hasn't posted in like years suddenly posting again, like that doesn't. I feel like that wouldn't. I feel like that wouldn't serve them. I think I'd be better off if I just like start off with like 200 diehard subscribers that really want to be there and are actually watching the new videos than 200,000 subscribers who haven't logged into their YouTube in 5 years. So like I think the numbers, I think holding on to that arbitrary subscriber count number, because that's basically the only reason why you would really do it, doesn't really help you both like mentally as a creative, like for motivational purposes, all of that. I don't think it helps you in that way, and it also doesn't help you in a literal sense of like algorithms and analytical metrics and all that. I think it would actually kind of hurt you. So I think YouTube would see me post a video, because this has happened. Like they would see me post a video and it only gets like a couple hundred views, and they'd be like, "Oh, why does this channel with 200,000 subscribers only have a video with 800 views? That doesn't. That something must be bad about this video. This isn't a good video." So then they don't promote it more because it doesn't fit their algorithm. And that makes sense. If I was building an algorithm, that's how I would have it too. Like it doesn't really make sense to promote that, to push that video at all. But now, if it's a new channel with 200 diehard subscribers, and he posts a video and he gets 200 views and he has 200 subscribers, oh shit, this little nigga hit. Like, so it makes sense. Like it makes more sense. And like I was saying, like the motivational purposes and all that, it's fun. It's fucking fun growing something new. I've always been a futurist. I don't like talking about Vine, not in a negative way, just in a it's just so far behind. I feel like I've done so much more since then that like I don't like reminiscing, I guess. Like I like telling stories, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like doing this. Like that's not what I'm saying when I say that. It's just like I don't like I like figuring out what to do next. Which is why I don't like making I always do endings to like my part twos and stuff like the Olive Garden video. I like when I felt myself getting kind of bored of the concept, I I ended it because I didn't want to depend on it, and for a second it felt like I was depending on it because I made like 8 of them. But I'll say this, like what was different about that one than like the Rappers in Classroom one, because the Rappers in Classroom one, by the third one I wasn't having fun making them anymore. I was just making it because like people expected me to, and they were doing well. But it didn't really feel, I wasn't like super proud of it. I was just like, oh, I'm good at this. This is funny. Like I kind of laugh at this. I'm not really having much fun. Olive Garden shit, I had so much fun doing that. That was so much fun. I loved it. It felt like it was one of the first times I could make like a part series on the internet and like tell a story that like people liked and people have characters they like and shit. Like that's so cool. So like I will do that again a billion times out of a billion. And it was a lot of fun. But eventually I did get like slightly bored of it creatively, where I was like, I don't know really else where I can take this. And I already had an ending in mind. I always knew how I was going to end from like the beginning. Um, and so like I eventually, once I felt myself getting bored, I was like, all right, let's pull the trigger. Let's just end it. And also because I wanted to get Olive Garden to get involved and make a video with us, like let me like shoot at an Olive Garden, and they wouldn't let me. So no idea why. The business wise, I don't know why they would do that, but hey, I can't speak for them. Maybe I can do it with I don't know if I can say this. I can't. So I'll just say this.
Any savings, just don't say it. Don't say
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah. I'm not gonna say nothing that's gonna fuck up me and my bag. But
Hey.
I am in talks with a different restaurant, business wise, that I feel like there could be something there. Not gonna get any hopes up, but I'm gonna bring it up to them and talk to them. If they sign off on it, I would bring back the Olive Garden series, just with a different restaurant on the and ironically enough, when I wrote the first Olive Garden video, I was trying to decide between 2 restaurants about what the video could be about. Where I was like, should they be trying to go to Olive Garden or they should be trying to go to this restaurant, blank. And I picked Olive Garden, but it's so crazy. You never know how the universe works. That fast forward like a year and a half, 2 years later, now I'm working with the other company that I was thinking about on something. So crazy how that happens. But yeah, so that would be really cool. I really hope that can happen. Yeah, so hopefully I can get my YouTube going again because I would really like to. Because I've my heart's always been in YouTube, and yeah.
Look,
I'm trying
okay.
to remember like
No,
I'm telling you my
no,
life story. I'm trying to think of this might be a cute little ending point, I guess.
no, no.
But
This
yeah.
no, this is fine. This is fine. This is hilarious to me. Um, when it comes to your one regret, don't see it as a regret because look at where you're at now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Like,
I yeah. Let me. You know what? You're right. So let me tell you my redemption arc. So that was my that was I always look at my life like a movie. That was the end of Act Two. That was like the you know trials and tribulations, the darkness of the storm. I was very upset, and I quit YouTube. And I low key quit content creation, and I moved back to Georgia to go to film school because I was like, yeah, man, I'm over it. But I knew I liked telling stories. I wanted to keep that alive. Of course, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go become a filmmaker. And I'm still doing that, but that's beside the point. So I came down, moved to Georgia, wasn't making content anymore, and that was around the time TikTok had rebranded from Musically and was starting to blow up. And
mm,
but I was like, man, I don't even want to make content. Like, I don't even want to do that. So I just didn't. And then for like a whole year, I'm pretty sure all of 2022, I didn't make a single video. I think I made literally like one video all of 2022.
dang.
And like, yeah, no, like I was retired. Like in my eyes, like if you would have asked me, I would have said like, yeah, I used to make like content. And so, or am I thinking of 2021? Or am I thinking of 2019? I had a lot of weird phases. No, this is like I'm trying to get the fast version of the story.
It
But
was a
like, all right,
year. That's what we know.
it was a whole year, and I think it was 2019. Yeah, it was 2019 where I literally posted one video.
Yeesh.
That entire year, didn't do anything, and like, because I was like retired in my eyes. 2020 comes around, COVID. TikTok is going through another surge because of COVID. Everyone's inside, and this isn't a I had nothing to do and COVID came and I started making videos and like then like this isn't one of those stories because it wasn't necessarily I think it would have happened regardless of COVID or not, but it just so happened to be at that time. And maybe that's God, you know what I'm saying? But like uh I was convinced by a friend to like start making TikToks again. By multiple friends, honestly. One of the most prominent of those friends was Straw Hat Dan. He kind of like convinced me to make TikTok specifically. Kenny had been telling me to start making videos again for a while at that point, but he just meant like videos in general, like whatever the fuck it is, nigga, just get back on it, like get creating again, like come back. But Dan was telling me specifically, like, no, like come to TikTok, like I think you would be very like it suits you, like you would do very well there. And I was like, all right. So eventually I get back on TikTok and I just kind of fuck around at first. I have fun, kind of treating it like Vine. Where I'm just kind of like fucking around. And that was a whole lot of fun. It was the most fun I had making content in a very, very long time. Because when I was filming on Instagram, it was like I was shooting with like the intention of like, oh, I gotta like regain all the followers I lost from Vine. While on TikTok, I was just kind of fucking around, just having a good time. Like there was no pressure, and I just kind of like wanted to have fun with it and apply myself creatively to something.
Mm,
And I kind of refound my love for TikTok, and I feel like I mean for like content creation, and I feel like this is an important thing. Is like I say like I refound my love, but it's not like I just woke up one day and was like, oh wow, I love it again. It took a long time for that to happen
mm,
because everything in life, especially creatively, like it's all a marathon. Like I didn't um it took a while for me to get back to that like place mentally like want to make content, like believe in my content, and like believe in my ideas again. Because like I said, like I just said earlier, I was like, was it 2019? Was it 2021? Was it like I went through a lot of ups and downs with like wanting to create content. Because I have a weird relationship with content creation. 'Cause I have a weird relationship creatively with like a lot of stuff. Like
mm,
I want to do content creation for a while, but like I don't want to do it forever. You know, like I I feel that way about everything. Like I want to one day be able to make movies, but I don't think I want to make movies forever. I want to make music, and I did make music for a while, and I stopped, and then kind of want to do it again. Like I feel like everything kind of works in waves. I just always want to be doing what I want to do creatively in that moment, and I
Mm.
also want to be in a position where I can afford to do that. You know, I don't want to feel like I'm being forced to do anything. Because once I feel like I'm forced to do something is when I stop liking it. That's why like stopped making the Rappers in Classroom videos. That's why I stopped. Like I don't like doing series for too long. So once it feels like a job is when I'm like, all right, like I can't because that's like creatively stifling. You gotta love what you make. So I like quit. I didn't quit, but like I just like take a step back or like get burnt out mainly multiple times, and then I would have to come back and like refine that love again. And it took me so long to really find that balance. And for a long time on TikTok, like when I was posting on TikTok from like 2020 to like 2023, I would go in and out because I would just be like posting like almost like a manic episode, just like posting like
Mm.
whatever I think of, just like filming it really fast and posting it. And then I would like kind of get burnt out both creatively and just like mentally with like content creation because it could get very I don't want to say a comparison. It's like the thief of joy, but just like you get wrapped up in the numbers of it all and just like, oh, this video didn't do as good as this video. Why is that? Because you kind of have to develop like a feedback loop in content creation. I don't know if I'm using that phrase correctly, but essentially like creating something, seeing the response, seeing why, like what it did well, why it did it well, bringing it back into yourself, applying that to the next thing, and just repeating that process over and over again until you kind of figure out the perfect way to do something. And doing that with a creative thing can become like very overwhelming. And I think I overwhelmed myself multiple times like that. But I will say happily I think I found like the right balance like sometime like last year
Mm.
because I've been able to be consistent. Um you know what it was? It was honestly it was really the Olive Garden shit that
Mm.
made me like yeah, that like kind of helped me find that balance. Cause it dude, that shit happened at the craziest time. I had eye surgery
Mm.
when I first yeah, dude, it was crazy. I was shooting a short film. Big thing. That's a whole another story in itself. But it was probably the hardest I've ever worked on something ever in my life. And I was on set running on like 2 hours of sleep off like three Red Bulls and like just exhausted. And I remember I was looking at the script and I was reading it and everything was like wavy. And I
Oh.
was like, yeah, I was like, this is weird. And like my vision was already like doing like weird things, like weird flashes were happening, like. And so I just handed it to my producer, Isis Wells. Shout out to her. That's my sister. I love her. Um, great lady. I hand her the script and I'm like, uh, can you like read this for me? Can you tell me what scene we're doing next? And she was like, what's wrong? And I was like, I can't see. Like I was like everything's wavy. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, all right, bro, sit down for a second. Just like take a second. So I did, but at the same time, I couldn't really rest for long because like I already sunk like $5,000 into this short film. Like,
Mm.
yeah, and we were shooting at a house that we had like 3 days to shoot at, and like I had like almost 20 people there shooting this thing, like staying at the house overnight, like fucking sleeping on fucking couches and sleeping bags, like just trying to make this shit come to life. So the fuck I look like being like, sorry guys, I think I'm a little exhausted. I think I'm a little tired. I think I'm gonna drive home. Shoot's canceled. Yeah. Like, no, I can't do that. Like, I'll go to the doctor when I get home. I'll figure this out. I gotta finish this film. Um, so I finished it. Went home because I thought I was just because like I wrote it off as just like oh I'm dehydrated and exhausted and tired and drinking nothing but Red Bull for 2 days. Like, of course, my vision's gonna be a little weird. So that's just what I wrote it off as. But I just so happened to have a eye exam because I've had a history of bad vision. That was
Mm.
also another thing I was attributing it to. I have terrible eyes, can't see shit. So like, like really bad. And so I just happened to have an eye doctor appointment, and like I go through my whole appointment or whatever, and I'm like, oh yeah, by the way. Uh, it's calmed down slightly, which was the truth. Like it calmed down a little bit, but was still very much prevalent. I was like, yeah, when I was on set, everything was wavy, and there was like a little flashing sensation, almost like a LED board was going out in my like upper left corner of my eye. What does that mean? And she was like, you said what? You it's like I had to repeat everything, and she was like, okay, let's go do some X-rays. We do the X-rays, and like she just walks in the office, and she's like, do you have anything important that you have to do today? And I was like, no. And she was like, do you have someone that can drive you? Which was a normal question because like I didn't have like my vision's really bad, and me going there in the first place, like driving there, was already kind of questionable. So like I thought she was just asking like that, like could someone take you home? Because like obviously your vision's really bad. And I was like, no, but like I can figure it out though. I was like gonna call Uber or just lie and be like, yeah, I'll get someone to pick me up and then just drive home. Because I live down the street. But basically, yeah, don't do that. That's terrible. But basically, she was like, yeah, do you have anyone that can drive you home? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, all right, well, here's the thing. You're gonna go to this hospital and you're gonna go into emergency surgery. So you need to go like right now. Like right now. And I was like, oh my God, what? She was like, yeah, your retina is severely torn and is like going to detach at any second. You need to go to the hospital right now. And I was like, oh shit. All right. So I called my mom and was like, hey, yeah, we gotta go to the hospital. If you could pick me up from the mall because that's where my vision test was. And we she picks me up. We got out of the hospital. My shit already had detached by then because they they did my they gave me a scan and she was like, yeah, your retina's detached. So this is no longer an emergency. It's really just like get surgery ASAP now. Because once your shit's detached, man, it's detached. Like it's similar to if you ever hear about people like tearing a bicep versus like actually like detaching a bicep. Like
Yeah.
once it's detached, like nigga, this is it's fucking detached. So I mean, like yeah, like go get surgery, but it's hard to really make it worse, you know. So they're like, all right, it's not emergency anymore. Just get it. We're gonna do this tomorrow, though. We're gonna get surgery tomorrow. So I had surgery on my eye, and I can't lie, it looked like I got shot in the face, like the day after my surgery, dude. It looked so bad. Um, they had me on pills and all that. It was cool. Like, so I wasn't really much pain. But the important thing to the story that I forgot to mention, the reason I even brought the story up in the first place was like a week before this whole debacle, I posted the first Olive Garden video, and it blew up. Got like 10 million views. I was riding a high. I was like hype, and like I posted like the first two or whatever, and then like this whole thing happened. So I had to like step away for like a couple of weeks while this whole thing recovered. And then I came back and it's kind of funny how this happened because like I came back once it was like healed enough again for me to be able to like shoot again. I it was still like pretty red. So like on a lot of the comments on like the third through like the sixth video,
Mhm.
like there's a lot of comments under there that are like, bro, you got pink eye? I'm like, nah. And then like some people comment like the burst blood vessel makes this so much more intense. Like it like elevated the experience for a lot of people, but like they didn't know that like I had just gotten surgery. So like I had to give like an update where I was kind of like, yeah, I basically explained everything I just explained to you and just like like get about on the same page. And everyone was very nice about it. Like everyone was very you know, good get well soon. So I really appreciated all those. It was very nice. And yeah, and then like I just finished the Olive Garden thing. So that was funny how the timing on that happened. But yeah, the surgery actually wasn't successful, and then I had to get going for another surgery. But this time, so the way they do it is like there's like two types of eye surgeries you can get when your eye detaches.
Mhm.
You can either get it's called like a spherical belt, something like that,
Mhm.
and the way like they just essentially take a rubber band and like attach your retina back to your eye and then hold it in place with like a rubber band wrapped around your eye. So your eye is kind of like getting squeezed a little bit. Yeah, sorry. This is I should have did a trigger warning.
No, no, no,
That's
you're
what I'm
fine.
saying.
I'm learning about the
Yeah.
eye surgery. Look, I just got glasses like a
Yeah,
couple
yeah.
minutes ago, so I'm learning.
So that's like the safest and easiest way to do it. The only issue is it doesn't have a huge success rate. But
Mm.
there's one way to like and it's invasive but not like super invasive. But there's one way to like basically guarantee that it's gonna get fixed. It's just fucking awful to go through. And that was the second option. That's what I had to end up doing. Where basically I it's called a bubble, where they put an oil bubble in your eye, and when you look down like this, the bubble floats to the back of your eye, and it puts pressure on the back of your eye so that it squeezes up against the retina so that it can reattach. And so, yeah, it's graphic, right?
No, no, no.
But in
This
order,
is less graphic than I thought it was gonna be. I'm just like the bubble. I ooh.
Who the fuck discovered
Mhm. And the crazy part is you can see it if you're not supposed to have your head up, but if you look in the mirror and like really like that, sorry, you like really like look in your eye, you can like vaguely kind of see it. Like it's pretty
Mm.
freaky. But like, but it also, oh yeah, and like also like if you like look up, which you're really not supposed to do, you can fuck up your eye like that. But like sometimes it just happens. Like you fucking turn weird and like all of a sudden you're looking up, you're like, oh shit. But if you look up, you'll like literally see the bubble like float in front of your eye and just make your whole entire eye blurry. But if you look like if you're looking up for too long while the bubble, it puts pressure on the front of your eye, on your
Mm.
pupils, which is really bad. So then it hurts. So you can't do that. So because of that reason, everything I just said, you need to sit in a position where you are permanently just like looking down. I could find a picture. Um, they had me in the contraption. They had me in a. So
If you will.
here's what I look here's what I looked like after the surgery. Yeah, I was it was tough. But here's like an actual so here's the contraption. If you could kind of see that. There's like a little
That's
head.
is that a massage chair? What is that?
Yeah, it kind of looks like a massage chair, but like you essentially you sit in it and it makes it so where you can like comfortably have your head pointed down. And then
Mm.
yeah, and here's me right before surgery. Um yeah. I can't lie. I had never been put under before for any type of like surgery or anything like that. So I can't lie. Part of me was like slightly excited because I was like, "What's whoa?" I'm gonna and that might sound insane, but yeah. And here's me and my boy Ryan on the set, working on the film before, yeah, right before it happened. But basically, yeah. So, anywho, I did that and recovered from that, and yeah, and I just kept posting on TikTok and have really evolved my content to where now like I'm like proud of it and very consistent with it, and like I'm trying new stuff and like people are receptive to it, and I feel like I finally found like my footing. And I passed this happened a while ago. Like I passed my following on Vine on TikTok here, which was a huge deal for me personally because like
Congratulations.
I thank you. Yeah, I'm at double the amount that I was at before. So like it's pretty cool. Um I'm almost at double, but I like I said, like I felt like I was finally hitting my stride on Vine, and like and I hit like 450,000 and was like, "Oh wow, things are going great." And so when it shut down, I was like, "Damn, am I ever going to get back to that?" And like for years, you know, like I was working on other stuff and doing stuff, and I became known for other things outside of Vine, but like it just was always like this like albatross on my neck. Like this is like this like little like thing in the background of back of my head like, dang, you ain't never gonna hit that number again. And that number's arbitrary. Like I was saying earlier, like it doesn't matter, but like, but it does. You know, like it's that it I could tell myself and say as much as I want, like, you know, these numbers don't matter. It's about like at the end of the day, man, like you know, we're all human, you know. I feel it. So it was nice to finally just like check that off and be like, all right, like we're past that. And we've officially moved on from that. So that was like a really great feeling. And the next up is a million, the elusive a
I
million.
know
I've
that's
always wanted
right.
it, and we're gonna hit that shit. I swear to God, I'm gonna do it this year. And yeah, I'm really excited. Can't wait.
Well, just to backtrack a little bit, I gotta call you out on something because you lied. You
What
said
about?
You said you are a content creator. That's the bullshit right there. Here's why I say that. You are a musician, a comedian, a actor. We're gonna throw that up in there too. A filmmaker who just so happens to do content. Like,
This is true. Like, I undersell myself a lot. You're right. You're so right. You're right as hell.
like you better quit. One thing you're not gonna do on my channel is shortchange yourself in any way, shape, or form. And that's not even the mom of me speaking. That's just me in general. Like you can ask my best friend Chris here. I make sure if I'm talking to you and you telling me you do all of this and you over here downplaying your success, I'm gonna have to fight you. So that means when I see you, I'm gonna have to throw hands because they need to be
Hey,
distributed.
you're
Uh,
right. You're
you
right.
better
I'm tripping.
you better stand on everything that you have done.
I
On
really
top
should.
of
I
you
will stand on
doing
it.
on top of you doing all of this stuff, you're not even taking into account how many people you have brought joy to.
Yeah. I
You have done
I that
so much.
DreamCon was really important in making me realize that because I like I told you I had taken a step away from content creation at a point. I had restarted content creation at a point. I have been through different eras and like had ups and downs with it and had some great ups. We're on some great ups right now. It's always gonna keep going up. But like I've just been through a lot with it and I hadn't been to a convention since like 2018, like since like 2018. I didn't been to like a content convention
Mm.
like that. And the last one I went to was VidCon, which first of all, that's a white convention. You know how it goes. Like, yeah, it ain't DreamCon. And so like I went to DreamCon because like literally I went to DreamCon to see my friends. I was gonna go until I found out that like a bunch of my friends that I haven't seen in a while were going. So I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be a good little time to meet up with everybody. And I get to see the hype about DreamCon, see what DreamCon's all about. I wasn't expecting like I knew like I was gonna get like a couple people were gonna come up to me say like, what's up? Like I didn't realize that like how many people I had touched. Like that sounded crazy, but like I didn't realize how many people who I had impacted who actually like what I do, and it was really nice to like just see that in person and kind of like remind me that like there's love out here, and like a lot of people love me, and like I bring joy to a lot of people, and I'm really glad that I got to have that reminder and see that because dude, I fucked up, man. I didn't expect that many people to see me. That was one of the reasons why I was running around so stressed because I I got fucking swarmed like 3 times and I didn't think that would happen. I didn't in hindsight I should have known, but like I just didn't know. I hadn't been to anything like that in so long that I forgot how much I had grown and like how much of an impact I was making. And it was really, really nice to see. And it was a big reminder. And you're right. I gotta stop short selling myself. I gotta just say that yes, I'm an artist as a whole. So yes, thank you. You're right.
Look, no problem. Look, I ain't mean to eat you up like that. That was accidental. It's just
No,
I heard you say
sometimes you need that. Sometimes somebody gotta check you. I appreciate it.
but no, like again, the amount of people who you have brought joy to, shoot, myself included. Like my brother, the fact that he was able to recognize you, that says a lot. My brother don't know nobody. He was like, Kayla. I was like, what? Like the fact that he recognized me. Because I was confused. I'm like, Marcus, what is wrong? What is it? Because my brother is like, he's real mellow. He real mellow.
Mhm.
He's like, oh, okay, that's the person. I love that for you. Like that's him. But for him to be like, Kayla, that's so and so. You know who that is, Kayla. And I'm like, I do.
That's Olive
I'm like,
Garden. That's
I
Olive
do.
Garden. That's Olive
Like
Garden.
when I said it was so funny to me, I said, Marcus, what's the problem? Like, chill, like, what's up? Like he wasn't fanboying or nothing, but he was like, Kayla, I love his content. He was like, I was watching him
That's so good.
today. He was like, I was watching him
Oh
before we
shit.
like it's like having those moments where because the kind of person I am, I want people to fully understand the people who really love and appreciate you, it's not just for your content. It is
Mhm.
because you are you. And I never want someone to forget, yeah, you may have had those moments where you're like, yeah, people didn't like me, da da da. Da. Yeah, but there's a shit ton of people who like you.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely found my tribe, and that's like the beauty of it. That's why I was like, I make such a big deal about community and like finding your people because I feel like there's people for everybody. Like I always tell people that like think about starting content, like just make what you're into because like you'd be surprised how many people are just like you, like and like the same things you like or have like the same like weird fucking sense of humor or like whatever as you. So like I think that if there's one thing that I could just like tell people is that like find your fucking people because they definitely are out there. You just might have to look for them a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And I want to see some of these here films that you have made because as a person who is also a filmmaker, graduated from film school with honors and all that good stuff.
Oh hell yeah.
Absolutely. It's like
Yeah.
I love art. I love seeing other
Mhm.
filmmakers do what they do. Because it doesn't matter, like you said before, if that person copied you. Yeah, he may have copied you, but my nigga, he's not you.
Exactly. And that's why if I could go back in time and tell myself that, like, I don't even play with regrets because I don't even consider it a regret for real. It's just like I wish I would have handled that differently. Because now knowing what I know now, like I would have been able to tell myself that, like, oh yeah, like they're gonna do that. People are gonna copy, but it's almost it's flattering almost. Like I got my goat to copy me. Like that's pretty cool. So you're right. I got to show you my films. I have a film. I have the trailer for it at least. We have to. We're like dealing with some behind the scenes things to get it actually publicly released. But that, and if I can't put that one out, we're gonna make another one this year because now I actually might have some actual genuine funding for it now. 'Cause that's the one thing about filmmaking is it's fucking expensive.
Look, I know.
Oh my god. So like I don't get to create as much as I would like to. But yeah, if I can't put that one out, I'm gonna make something else this year. So yeah.
Look, I'm finna be selfish in this moment. They don't gotta see it. I want to see it.
You just want to see it.
I want to
Yeah,
see it. I'm a
I see if I
I'm
could.
a fan. I'm a fan of good film.
Mhm.
And just from like your takes on anime and how you're like, man, the storyline is like it's not doing what I needed to do. I can't wait to see your stuff.
Well,
Cause
that puts a
like,
lot of pressure on because I'm talking a lot of
no,
shit. My
it's
shit
not.
gotta be
The
popping.
thing is,
My shit
the
gotta
thing
be
is,
good.
it's not. It's and I wouldn't even take it as much pressure. Why? Because you're you. I'm gonna need
Mhm.
you. See, don't have me. I swear, I'll come through this computer. Okay, don't have me do this. Like you are you. You are the only you that there is. So whatever you put out is a representation of you in the moment. So if it comes out looking a little bit different than you want it to be, that was what it was in that moment.
Oh, it's definitely a reflection of me at the time because like it's about it's a horror movie. Oh my God, it's a horror short film. It's
I
a
want to see
psychological
it.
horror short film about a young man uh dealing with the grief of losing his grandmother. And it's because I was dealing with losing both my grandparents at the time. And writing this and filming it was kind of how I mourned them. So it's
Sorry
a
for your
pretty
loss.
personal now. Oh, it's all good. That's death is part of life. It's, it's that's how it is. And I'm happy that I could do this for them because they were great to me. And so yeah, no, I'll send it to you if I can get my hands on it because the whole dude, it's a lot, and I can't even fully talk about it, but it's a lot happening with that. But I'll send you what I can. I can at least send you the trailer for it, and you can watch that. But I'm gonna make something very soon, and yeah, you'll fuck with that one for sure. I'm gonna make sure that that one's out.
Okay, okay. Look, I look again. This may sound terrible. Again, I'm selfish. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it because again, your passion for again, you I'm pretty sure you already did the whole sound mixing thing.
That's what took the longest, honestly. But
Boom.
yeah, yeah.
Look, and as a filmmaker myself, the whole sound mixing thing you right, it just take the longest.
Yeah.
It just take the longest.
Let's see what they decide.
Like if
Oh
oof,
my God,
my
bruh.
God, today.
Man, we got the footage back. Oh, this is great. Let's hear the sound. The sound was not where it was supposed to be, so we had to do a lot of heavy lifting to to get the sound at a level that was like acceptable, to where like where you're listening, you're like, oh, okay, it's cool. Like, yeah, definitely learned a lot. That's why I also kind of feel this way about, because I'm like, all right, that was like a good learning experience in the sense of like what to do and what not to do. I'm not saying like it's a bad thing. I think that's like everybody's at every level. You're gonna learn something new about like whatever you're making. But I like I'm just so excited to make my next thing that like I almost kind of forgot that I even had that, because I was like, oh yeah, I just want to make the next thing. So yeah, yeah. I'll send you what I can for sure. Yeah, at
Look,
least
and
I
I'm not a
should be able to show you.
snitch. I'm not a snitch. I'm gonna put that out there. I'm not a snitch. I'm
All
not
right,
gonna
bet. Then
tell.
I'll
I'm
send.
gonna be on my phone like
Now,
this. I'm gonna be like, everybody, get away from me. Go ahead. That's gonna be me.
everybody, I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you to go to your room in private.
That's what I
We
mean.
can talk
Everybody,
about.
look, you forgot I got the 4 kids to try to be my business. Y'all
Oh,
can't
right,
even
right,
see this. Get
right,
away
right.
from me. Let me go ahead and watch this in peace. Like that's gonna be
No,
me.
yeah, I can send it to you. I'll send it to you. I
Thank
got
you
you.
so much. But you
Yeah.
are, first off, again, you're a joy. You're simply a joy.
Oh, thank you. So are you. This was very pleasant. This is very nice.
See, we're doing it. We're doing it. That's called friendship forming. That's what that is.
Oh yeah.
Friendship. I got in this bitch. What's up?
Yeah.
But no, again, you even taking the time out to do this because I know your schedule was busy than the mug. So I'm like, you know what? It's
Shit
okay.
picked up real fast, man. I didn't expect it to go this way. It's a blessing to be busy, but like I didn't. I'm not even trying to be, because I hate when niggas be fake busy. I swear to God, I promise. I'm sorry.
You be like this, you're like,
I'm kidding. You
nah,
busy? I'm not.
nah, I hear the fake busyness. It's like, hey, I'm busy doing something. You just sitting down watching TikToks.
No,
I'm guilty. There be some days I'm guilty of that. Somebody's like, Kayla, are you doing something? I am minding my business. That is what I'm doing.
getting R and R, because
There it
yeah.
is. There it is. Because I know it's gonna take me. I gotta edit 2 podcast episodes. Thank God it's a podcast because it's a talk. It's nothing but a conversation.
Yeah, we've been talking. I was gonna take a second to edit this one. Oh my
Oh,
God.
it is okay. It is okay. But anywho, even though everybody already knows who you are,
Oh
where
yeah.
can they find you?
I just realized I didn't even say my name in the beginning. I just started talking. I
I said
started yapping.
Miles.
Oh, okay, you did. All right.
Yeah. I said, y'all, we got Miles over here. He's like,
Thank you.
hey, everybody. It's Miles. Y'all know. He's right there.
Yeah, yeah. You can find me on TikTok at Miles Hampton. You can find me on Instagram at Hampton underscore. And you can find me on YouTube at Watch Miles Hampton. And yeah, hopefully you will see me soon.
If you want to be told about yourself, if you want to tell somebody, if you want a Negro woman listening to you tell them about you, then you need to listen to her on what's the name of your podcast, Black Lady?
Tell me about you.
Tell me about who?
You.
Who?
You.
Your Negro ass.